sort of knock it on the head at say 11. Apparently they've got a license to carry on tonight. Sorry, tomorrow morning until 4. 4 in
Right.
the fucking morning.
4 in the morning.
Boom, 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 boom.
And duff music.
Modern fucking dance music.
Yeah. Oh, Dora's waiting for a Lindsay. Lindsay's gone weird. I had trouble finding Lindsay today because.
Yeah. Oh,
well, I've got Lindsay's, but they're all old ones. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Next weekend, it's what they're now calling the Silverstone Festival. It used to be called the Silverstone Classic. So they're putting music on again. So Friday night, we're going to get treated to McFly. Like they're still going. Saturday night, apparently headlining are the Sugar Babes.
You're going to have to listen to it because it's going to travel.
Noise cancelling headphones. Fuck you. And if they're still going when I go to bed, I've got earplugs.
G'day, Turing. Who else is out there? Anyone else? Dora, I said hello. Dave, hello. Fred, hello. Yeah, sorry, keep going.
Hello, Fred. How's it going? Yeah, I sort of said, why don't you ever play any decent music? Why isn't there any rock?
Because.
Oh, mine's so much them, but it's all shit.
G'day, Alan. How's it going?
Not too bad, thank you. Sorry I'm late. I'll get you my tardy slip later.
Yeah, right. It's only 5 to 9.
It's not midday yet, so you're not late. It's still early.
Yeah, but the stream's already going.
Oh, yeah. No, I just hit the go button because I also wanted to check how my sound was out there. G'day, Blue.
Sounds good today, Timbo.
Yeah, I was doing a little fiddling. So I've stuck her on a filter on the OBS, which hopefully is cutting out the bottom end noise. We'll see how it goes. And I turned up the gain, which helped because when I came in, farmers couldn't hear me.
that bottom end noise is not that bottom end noise is always a thing you should avoid.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, those little grumbles and yes. I heard
some little tablets I take for that.
Oh, you just reminded me of Andre the Giant. Can't think his real name. A story from when he was. Oh yeah, long time ago. It's a story of when he was on the set of Princess Bride, and he did this fart that went for 16 seconds apparently, and completely shut the set. Everyone's just turned around and looked at him, and then it was all silence. And the director says, "Andre, are you okay?" And he says, "I am now, boss."
Now.
Poor old Andre.
You want to be careful doing things like that. It might not end well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you learn over time.
Yes.
At my age, farts are nothing to be trusted.
The F and the S gets mixed up. Is that right?
Yeah. You
If there's ever any element of doubt, don't risk it.
Yes, walk outside the room, do something just in case. Yes.
Used to take great pride in my ability to sneak one out once in a while. Not anymore. Nope.
Ah, dear. Dora is suggesting that you actually like the Sugar Babes farmers.
I couldn't even name you one of their songs. I can't believe that they're still around and how they're still calling themselves the Sugar Babes. I mean, how old are they now?
Oh, yes. A little bit old.
I mean, that must have been, I don't know, the turn of the millennium somewhere, late 90s, early noughties. You know, over 20 years ago. Blimey.
Yeah. I think I've seen a worse band than the Sugar Babes, though. Do you remember Kajagoogoo?
Oh God, yeah.
I saw them.
Oh.
I saw them live at the Circus Tavern, Purfleet.
We went many years ago. They were doing what they call it, an 80s rewind festival outside Henley on Thames, and it was a weekend affair. And Toya Wilcox, there was all sorts of stuff like that, and actually it was quite good. But I don't think. Oh, we had Midjure, who was in Ultravox, but he was doing he did Fade to Grey, which was somebody else that he sang for. I can't remember. And oh God, there was I can't remember, but it was all of those sort of 80 pop, sets. So it was actually quite good. But yeah, anyway. They're getting on a bit. You sort of think, oh yeah, that was the 80s, and then you realise how long ago the 80s was. You think, oh shit, yeah, they're quite old.
Indeed, very old.
Oh, there you go. Doris says they're all about the Sugar Babes, all now around 38. Do you like them young? Well, I suppose yes. Compared to me, that is considered young.
Yeah.
Not as young as the Herberts I'm working with at the moment. My God. When the people you're working with you work out are younger than your stepsons, it's like, no wonder you're not making any sense to me. The cheeky girls, oh my God. Bananarama, that was it. Bananarama.
Bananarama. Oh yes, I remember Bananarama.
They're quite good. They could sing.
Yeah, Bananarama weren't too bad.
Yeah, no, yeah.
What are they doing now? I haven't heard them for a while. Bananarama. Hey, can you hear my keyboard when I type now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Thought so. I'm just trying to see what gets cut out, what doesn't.
Regardless of what I've seen advertised and what I've bought, there doesn't seem to be any such thing as a quiet keyboard.
Nah. Well, so you can still hear that tapping on it. Yeah. I can't hear it, but I can see it on the levels when I do that. So. Michael, look,
that was it. Kid Creole and the Coconuts. That was another one. But he said these aren't the genuine coconuts; they're all the daughters of the original coconuts. Oh, yeah, fair point. They did look quite young.
I'll just look at Bananarama. What are they doing? Ooh. Well, it's like when you go on Google and you can see what they used to look like and what they look like now. Okay.
Yeah, age can be a terrible thing.
It can have effect.
You're better off sticking with your memories, I think, in some of these cases.
So, yes, there we go. So, zoom in a little bit. I remember when they looked like this. Apparently now they look more like this.
We're not seeing it.
Oh, aren't you?
We're not seeing it.
You're not seeing my camera. Hang on a second. Oh, I haven't stopped the camera. Start the camera. I'm sending it out. You just won't get it in Zoom. So, there you go. As I say, I don't remember when they looked like this, but they now look like this. So. Back in the 80s. There you go.
Well, I've got to say, they don't look too bad now, to be honest.
No.
No.
I mean, I'd happily buy them a drink. Mind you, it's not the most flattering picture I've seen of Siobhan. She does look a bit sort of.
Yes. Sometimes these Google ones, you get some quite weird ones. What I find really funny is when you type in a character. Let's say you type in a kid show from like the Goonies. There's a good one. Right. None of those look like any of the characters from the Goonies, right?
No, because they were all bloody kids then.
Yeah.
Corey Feldman still does. You can look at him and think, oh
bit,
yeah, I
yeah.
can picture him in the Goonies, but
A little bit, yeah.
But yeah.
It's not the same, you see.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Obviously, but yeah, you know what
I know what you mean. Not that I remember it too much, because I think I've only seen that film once anyway. So.
I've seen it a couple of times. It's not the film I've seen the most. I think the film I've seen the most is Ponyo from Studio Ghibli. I think. But that's because when my son was in hospital, that's what he would he'd want to watch when he was going to bed, go to sleep.
Spirited Away, I've watched that quite a few times, but no, nowhere near my most watched film. Christ.
So yes, I haven't watched Ponyo for 6-7 years, just because I've seen it so much I could almost recite it. But yes.
I think the film that I've seen most at the cinema would have been Ghostbusters.
Ah, right.
Because I went and saw it with several different people.
Oh, that would do it, yeah.
I haven't seen many things at the cinema more than once. A few films where the kids would send me to something to watch to see if I thought they'd like it, and then drag me along to watch it again.
I definitely saw Terminator 2 twice, because the first time we was on holiday in Somerset and we watched it in the cinema. Not a cinema, a theatre being used as a cinema, when all the speakers are in big pile on the left-hand side. And that's when there was an intermission in the film and everybody went out next door to get fish and chips and come back in. And I said, I'm going to watch this film in a proper cinema with proper stereo, because I think it's worth it. And it was. You know, you bought your ticket, you stepped over the sleeping Labrador to get into the theatre. And
right, yeah.
We sat down and it's a stage with a big screen that's come down and there's a big pile of speakers on the left-hand side of the stage. It's like, what we let ourselves in for? You know?
I have seen Jaws in a swimming pool with this projected onto a big white screen with some very poor sound. Yes.
It was that halfway point where the film stops and the numbers come up and you're thinking, really? And then the lights come on and everybody gets out. We were both sitting there going, what the fuck's going on? And they all come back in with a fish and chip supper and it's like, oh, that's a bloody good idea. Wish we'd known that.
Yeah, obviously have it planned.
Sat down, everybody ready. Second half of the film starts. You know, it's like, oh, okay, this is how they do it down here, is it?
In Canberra, there used to be a cinema, one of the drive-in cinemas, which was a duplex one. And if you positioned yourself really carefully, because that was back when they changed the sound to be through your radio. You know, you select which station you want for your sound. And well, you could watch two films at once, you see. So you could point your car in to look at one film and then make sure you could see the other film, which was projected behind you onto the screen. So you can flick, you know, watch two films at once if you really wanted to. Yes.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That one was so popular, the cinema, they when it closed down, they still had the sign out for a long time. They built over the top of the drive-through. It became a heritage listed, so the actual sign to entrance into the Starlight Cinema is fenced off, and they have to maintain the old neon sign for it. It's a bit weird because it just points to some housing developments, but you know, it's just, that's a lot of people remember it. Yeah, very popular. Well, we do some get the road on the show. How are you, Paul? I didn't really get to say hello. Or Blue, for that matter.
I am good.
Good morning, Timbo.
Good morning. So
eyes are all better.
Good. You can see.
Yeah.
Not blind.
My boss is still feeling a bit sore.
Oh yes, that's right.
Himself, so.
Yes. I know the story. The others don't.
Yeah, he's taken the last 2 days off and the weekend. So For those that don't know, he went to light a big bonfire and he put a bit too much petrol on and he leaned in to light it with an electric match and went boom and got him in the face. Yeah, burn his eyebrows off.
Who did that?
My boss.
Oh,
yeah.
Paul was watching from the sidelines, going, "No, don't do that, boss. Don't do."
I was about to say, don't do that. That's too much.
Expert pyromaniacs don't need petrol to get things going. I grew up on a farm. I was well versed in setting things alight. You don't use petrol.
Or if you do, you don't pour heaps of it and then light the big heat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do it from a distance. Light something that you can throw about 30 feet.
Yeah.
And throw it at it.
Yeah.
Why do you think the instructions on fireworks say light blue touch paper at arm's length and then retire?
Oh.
Light the damn thing and then get the fuck out of the way.
I remember some that used to say light touch paper and run away. We used to get fireworks like that.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, but yeah, if you're using petrol, you don't want to be standing over it when you go, "Oh, let's just set this alight." Yeah, because at the very least you can kiss your eyebrows, your eyelashes, your hair, half your face goodbye.
Yes.
Yeah, the longer it sits there, the worse it's going to get too.
So yes, Paul said he had to go to the hospital and everything, so it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
You have to tell him about his missus, though.
Oh yeah, the day before he told his wife that we were going to have a bonfire the next day, and she said, "Don't burn yourself." The next day he had to go home and tell his wife, "Honey, sorry, but."
He just had a damn good go at setting himself on fire.
She said she absolutely blasted him and then had tears in her eyes because, yeah.
Could have been worse.
Could have lost him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could have affected his eyes or he could have breathed it in.
Oh, yeah, that could be worse. Yeah.
Yeah, both of those things never happened, so that was probably good. Yeah.
So he's not in charge of burning things anymore, then?
No, he's not in the department of burning things. No.
He's now in the retire bit, of the. Yeah. He slid the touch paper. Now he has to retire.
Yeah.
Yes. Paul gets to be pyromaniac next time.
Yeah. I get to blow things up next time.
Yay!
It was a big pile too, man. It was hot. We had to stand about 50 meters back from it once we'd lit it.
Yeah, we used to have to do that when we were stubble burning. You set fire to two edges and the fire burnt across it diagonally. But as you were dragging the fire down and across, you had quite a really long, specially made fork that Dad had for this, and you were dragging the burning straw behind you, and you were getting hot, and you were glad when you got to the end, because then, you had to scuttle off, because 20 acres of straw on fire, you can feel that's bloody hot.
I think it's probably a good job we don't do that anymore.
And the pipit.
Hello, Matt.
People got impatient. That was the problem.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, Matt.
Hello. How is everybody?
Hello.
I have returned.
We have returned. Oh no, I got a video. I got a video just for you too.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I might play it first up.
Yeah, I got 5 music quizzes for you tonight too, Matt.
5.
No, I'm joking. I haven't.
Five questions is fine.
Yeah, see you, Matt.
I've actually got 2 maths quizzes. I've got a basic maths quiz and a hard maths quiz.
Oh God! Oh, forget it. But I bet it's a music quiz followed by a maths quiz, right?
No.
Yeah. Paul, I did at least pull out my actual proper pocket calculator.
Oh, okay.
Is it a Casio calculator?
No, it's a Sharp.
Oh, yeah.
EL531W.
They're
I've
acceptable.
got a Casio, but it's not scientific.
No.
That's
I stole it.
somewhere else.
I stole it off my son, who stole it from school when he was in high school. He's 33. He's 33 now.
I got a HP here, but I don't use it much anymore. Never around when I want it. Okay. Now I've got to play this one for Matt. I'm sure he's gonna love it.
You do all realise that you've got
Hello,
got calculators on your on your computer. You know that, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, Blue's got a.
Oh.
Let's make
He's
Blue
got a
big.
slide rule.
Oh, he's got a slide rule. Yeah, he's very old school.
They tried to teach me how to use one of them at school, and I said, "But I've got a calculator."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Starship. Very nice.
You ready?
Yep.
Just for you.
Just for me.
And the Fitbit.
Oh, can you hear that? No, can't hear that.
Oh, I thought I heard something.
Yeah, it was because it was coming through my mic. It's playing out my speakers, and you can hear it in my mic. Hang on a sec. I don't know why. I'll come back to that. We'll do it in a sec. I'll fix it up while you guys chat.
It's a big old bit of kit, though, isn't it?
It's it was working. It's like everything, you know. It's working till you push the play button, and then it stops working. So
yeah, that's what doing live shows does. You think everything's working, and then it doesn't.
Yeah. So for some reason, it's not playing out through the speakers, and that's because of that button. Yeah, you know. Okay, let's see if that works. Tell me if you can hear this.
Led the demon of the...
You can hear that?
Nope, not a thing.
Yeah.
Red Sea with the column, and they both took the column.
You can't hear that?
There's the vaguest hint of something right in the background, but I couldn't tell you what it is.
Okay. They could probably hear it out in the peanuts. Let me just change what you guys are listening to. All right, you should be able to hear that. Okay. I'll fiddle with that. Keep chat amongst yourselves for a sec.
Don't know what to say.
Oh, I tell you what I saw the other day. I'd been up to a school up in South Yorkshire, somewhere between Doncaster and Scunthorpe, and I was driving back to get on the A1, and I couldn't tell you which little market town it was I was going through. But there's these Herberts on the right-hand side, and they were just gathering up all of their protest signs. 5G is the new super weapon. You are the carbon they want to reduce. And what was the other one? They want to put chips in you, don't let them. And I thought, I've just missed one of those 5G idiot protest things.
Oh, right. Right, okay. Yeah. Well, I must be dead because
sort of meter square signs, but they'd obviously done their thing because it was, I don't know, 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon maybe, and they're obviously packing up ready to go home. But you could sort of, I mean, I was driving, so I couldn't take any photos. But I sort of, what do you mean 5G is the new super weapon? You're those nutters, you know, like the Mark Steel Brigade.
Yeah.
I got a new phone recently.
Mark Bloody Steel.
Yeah. Mark Bloody Steel.
I got a new phone recently. It's my first one that picks up 5G, and I think fairly recently it must have come with 5G in my town or near me. So I must be dead, I suppose, or dying. My being murdered.
Not only
right now.
Not only have I got 5G, but I get 2 goes at it because I've got my SIM card in here, and I've got an eSIM. So I get EE and O2.
I don't know if you can see that. Can you see this? It says 5G. Is that picking up?
Oh yeah, just about.
Yeah, just about. There you go. I'm dying. I must be dying because my the local cell phone transmitter is literally about 150 yards away from me. I can see it from my bathroom window if I lean out.
Why would you want to lean out your bathroom window though? That's just daft.
So he can see her at number 42, you know.
Yeah, it's not something I do on a regular basis, Alan. It's just, you know, I don't know why. Don't ask me such awkward questions. You won't get awkward answers.
No, I find it quite handy having two separate SIMs because obviously when I started this new job, they said, "Oh, here's your company phone," and it was an iPhone. And I said, "I'm not even touching it, let alone using it." You know,
And the
said,
Fitbit.
is that a dual SIM phone? I said, this particular version of what's this, an S21? No, it's a single SIM, but you can have what's called an eSIM. And about a week later, they turned up with a card with a code on it, and what have you. And yeah, I've got a real SIM on EE and an eSIM on O2. And it's great because wherever I am, chances are I can get a signal on one or the other on.
Yeah, this is dual SIM as well capable, but I've no need for dual SIM, really, to be honest with you.
Yeah, well, there are models of the S21 that will take 2 physical SIM cards, but I thought at the time, well, I don't need that. And I thought, well, hang on, I can have an eSIM. So, you don't need a physical SIM card.
Anybody know how to get rid of this irritating little heart that sits to the right on my chat, on my
oh, that is
YouTube
annoying,
chat.
isn't it?
And
how do you get rid of that damn thing?
I don't think you do.
I don't think you can. I think you're meant to push it lots to make sure you're happy.
Really?
I don't know. It appeared a while back. I don't got it on mine at the moment.
You can make it do more than just hearts, because you can make it do the hundreds as well, can't you? And
I think
yes.
it's when people click on it, they can. I don't know, getting all sorts of stuff there now.
Oh, do you only get that on when you're using your phone? Is that what?
No. On your computer.
Oh, I don't see it.
Except it covers up. It covers up to the last comment.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
That's the irritating part about it.
I don't get it covering the last comment because it just appears to the right of my comments. But yeah, if the comment's
for
long,
me, Laura's last comment, it says, "Been a while at Demon Orb. Glad. I think it says glad too.
Glad, yeah. I get part of the
glad to see you.
Yes.
Unless you pop it out and then drag it out really wide.
Yeah.
But then I'm sure you'd have to drag it out a really long way to get it to never block.
There must be some way of getting rid of it though, because it's not on mine.
No, it's not mine either.
It's only on mine if I hover my cursor over the bottom corner.
No, mine.
If I move the cursor away, I don't get it.
If I hover over it, I get the choice of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different emojis.
I don't have that feature, and I don't want it.
No, I don't want it, but I've got it.
Yeah.
I don't want it, and I don't have it. So there.
Okay, tell me if you can hear this. I know they can hear it out in the chat.
And the Fitbit led the demon of the red.
Can you hear that?
No.
Still can't hear it? Oh, okay. No, it's all right. I'm going to share this screen, and then we'll go from there. That one. Okay.
Can you play audio from a share screen?
I don't know. About to find out.
Yeah.
I think it does now.
Yeah. Try that.
See with the column.
Can you hear that?
No. I can see it, all right, but I can't hear it.
Oh dear, this doesn't bode well.
Is it a Zoom thing then? I wonder. Because it was working okay before.
Oh, somebody's doing from the Testament of Solomon. Oh,
yeah, bunch of lovers. Yeah.
Oh, I can see what's going to happen here.
It's that person.
Yes.
Oh, effed up. Oh yeah.
Who's that? Something world?
Effed up world. Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
Effed up world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him before. I think
he's effed up.
He's a little bit. So I think that's just you guys. Your camera's that one. Let me change my headphones. Try this. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? No? Can't hear me? Says you can.
And they both took.
Or is it that I can't hear you now? Hello? Wave if you can hear me. No, you're all silent. So So you can hear me. I can't hear you. Silly. Try again. Yeah.
Hear you.
Now I can hear you. It's okay.
Ah.
I can hear you for a long time.
Message I put in the,
I can hear you for a long time.
in the chat. Do you not?
Yeah, I did.
I put
just
message in the chat. And you're sitting,
it was just fun watching you wave about and act like a goose. Picks it up. So I think this might be the problem. Let's try this. Now see if you can hear this.
Took the column.
Hear that now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I heard that one. Yeah.
No, I've worked it out.
Getting somewhere now.
Yes, so just for that. After all that, it's only 4 minutes.
And raised it aloft
see anything,
from the earth.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Got the audio sorted out. Now we got proper
And
video.
Ephippus led the
Oh, there you
demon
go.
of the Red Sea with
There
the
it is.
column, and they both took the column and raised
jump
it
yours.
aloft from the earth. And I outwitted these two spirits, so that they could not shake the entire earth
thought
in
you
the
liked
moment
this,
of
Matt.
time.
You need
And
to
then I
write this on
sealed
a
round
t-shirt.
with my ring on this side and that, and said, "Watch." And the spirits have remained upholding it until this day, for proof of the wisdom vouchsafed to me. And there, the pillar was hanging of enormous size
See?
in midair,
There you go. Fits,
supported
doesn't it?
by the
Perfect.
winds. And thus the spirits appeared underneath, like air, supporting it. And if one looks fixedly, the pillar is a little oblique, being supported by the spirits.
It's oblique.
And it is so to this day. And I, Solomon, questioned the other spirit which came up with the pillar from the depth of the Red Sea, and I said to him, "Who art thou,
Blah, blah, blah,
and
blah,
what
blah.
calls thee, and what is thy
What's that got
business?"
to do with the
And we
SpaceX
followed
rocket?
together,
I know.
and we all
Nothing.
came up upon shall
Absolutely
be
nothing.
the end of the world.
What I love about these prosthetic is that I've heard that applied to quite a few different things. And
Yeah, pretty much
they
everything.
oh, let's drag
It's
it. use it for
a
something
very,
else.
very nice images of Starship. I enjoyed that.
Of course,
but,
yeah.
Yeah.
As far as
Yeah.
the rest, whatever.
I've got to. Have you got the new test? I need to play that. I haven't played that on.
Got new what?
Didn't they test? They did a water test on their thrust test with the new water.
Oh yeah. They've done two. The second one was supposed to be full length.
Yeah,
It didn't really look much different from the first test, to be honest. But it's just a bit
okay.
longer.
just a bit longer. Still worked.
Nothing. Yeah.
Didn't fall apart.
Well, a bit longer and a bit stronger, maybe.
Didn't blow it to bits this time then.
Oh no, this is the thing that's going to stop it from being blown to bits. The water you're talking about the water deluge system. I think the rumor has it that there's going to be another flight test on the 31st, which is Thursday. Yeah, in a couple of weeks.
It's funny how NASA's been using the water deadening for rather a long time, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, the problem they've got in Boca Chica is that the way they've got the stand at the moment is it's got a very low water, very high. Am I getting the right? A high water table, very high water table.
Very close to the surface.
Yeah, very close to the surface. So I mean, they could build up a very big concrete sort of platform, but I mean that would be a massive amount of money, a massive amount of effort. So this is why they come up with this water deluge system. So it'd be interesting to see whether it works with the next integrated flight test.
They could have dug down, tanked it, and then used that water to.
Don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah, just let it flood. They want it for the water anyway.
Yeah.
I suppose. But don't you want flowing water though, wouldn't you?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Very rapid
Yeah,
rate.
flowing water. I mean, NASA needed it for the space shuttle for acoustic reasons.
Yeah.
Because obviously the Saturn V, the command module was that far away from the rockets themselves. It wasn't that much of an issue. But the shuttle being that much shorter, it was so close to that much noise coming off those engines. I mean, it was more noise than heat. It was.
Well, don't forget, acoustic pressures can bounce back into your engines as well, couldn't it? So
yeah, but
first stage.
with regards to the shuttle, it's more for protection of the crew. The noise coming off those engines was phenomenal.
What do you want? I can't let you out, my baby. Stay in. You've got a bad eye. Yeah, one of our cats might lose its eye.
You'll have to start calling him Jim.
Yeah. Got to go. She's got to go back on Monday. It's got very bad infection, and it treated it with antibiotics, but it didn't do anything. Went back again yesterday, and they said it's got considerably worse, and she's got to go back to see a veterinary eye specialist. And they think they might have to lose the eye. Not only that, it's going to cost me a fortune. She's not insured.
No, so good.
Bless her.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
it does cost a lot for cats, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it might. Yeah, I don't know how much it's going to cost, but for an operation like that, I have no idea. But it's going to, put a large dent in my finances.
Yes.
I think Dora's getting a bit angsty to have Lindsay. So I've sent you through your Lindsay cards. And what brought that up was I was thinking about losing an eye, and then I thought, oh yes, let's do Lindsay.
Poke your eye out.
Poke your eye out. Yeah.
Damn, I've still got half a cup of tea left.
Oh damn, I haven't got one. I better go make one then.
It's only 16 minutes, this one, so hopefully we can get a bingo before the end of it.
Is that 16 minutes normal time?
Yes. So if I put
my kettle's got very slow at boiling these days.
Well, if you fill it right up, it takes ages.
I know, that's even better. Yeah, I've got to make tea for everybody else as well.
So rather than going down, I need to slow it down. We need to go half speed for Matt. Is that right?
No, you need to go double speed.
Lindsay, half speed, you god.
Dora's ready. So you guys ready? You got your bingo cards going?
Well, Dora's just some sort of masochist, obviously.
Clearly.
Stop stalling. Let's go.
Stop stalling.
Oh, dear.
So, what about all this weather we've been having?
Yeah, your weather looks really good. Actually, mine still looks crap. Still. And it's still going to look crap for a few more days.
It's one of those lots of clouds with little bits of blue here and there, but at least it's not raining.
Yeah, it's just grey here.
Yeah, that's about what mine's doing. Well, I absolutely pissed down last night.
Yeah, we had a fair drop last night. Yeah.
Well, Clive wants it at half.
Yeah, half speed to take notes.
Yeah.
Try and follow it. You can always play it over and over, Clive. You pick it all up.
Yeah, there's nothing stopping you going to his channel watching him.
You can pay his Patreon, whatever it is, $3.98, and get these secret videos. I'm tempted to do that, but I just don't want to forget. I don't want to encourage you. Okay. So, be right. You got your card up? Remember, you got to have a card up.
Yeah, I got my card up.
Otherwise, your chances of getting us to stop it are slim.
I'm not going to bother. Can't be bothered. I'm going to make a cup of tea.
Slim to none.
Oh, I'm still in holiday mode at the moment. I'm sorry. But...
Oh, yeah.
Slacker. That's what I call it. Slacker.
Yeah. I'm going to make a cup of tea. Right, I'll be back in a minute.
Wrong time to start watching. It's okay, Armageddon. It's just for you. Okay. Oh, where's my play button? Okay. So.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Tomb of Illumination. More flat Earth physics here today in regards to the gyroscopic motion of the celestial bodies. Where does the gyro come into this? Why is it Da Vinci or someone standing there with this gyro type ball in his hand or someone? Or is it?
What?
No, it's someone else, wasn't it? Plato or someone. Plato knew the Earth was flat. Don't worry about that. So this video is explain how and why we come about this gyroscopic motion.
He spoke to him personally.
Assumed spinning ball. No, the bullshit spinning ball. So yeah, this is the the spinning ball BS version, and you get this spiral occurring in the celestial bodies. Well, you go online and they're showing it wrong here to start with, because the stars don't cross the tropics. They don't cross the tropical gap. But there's another story to that. Where is that tropical gap exactly? So, but for the purpose of gyros, just
Yeah, you don't do any navigation across the equator because obviously you can't see the stars because they don't cross.
Yeah.
This video, just understand, because there's no curving magnetic field through the tropics. Okay, it's direct. We'll get into a little bit more of that with Walter Russell's book. So they don't cross the tropics at all. There's two systems: the southern hemisphere rotation, and then there's the northern hemisphere rotation with a gap.
Two.
They don't cross like this. So to understand why we get this spiral effect, is understanding the S curve of creation within the central vortex. Okay? So before we get on to that, I'll just show you a little bit of this video.
Oh,
we have the Earth inside of the celestial sphere showing you the equator and north of South Pole. But then we take those
Does he
lines
not
and project them
understand
onto the
video
celestial
editing
sphere.
then?
We also take
Obviously
Earth's
not.
orbital plane, which is known as the ecliptic, and here you can see these lines of latitude and longitude correlate with right ascension and declination. So you can have a particular star point in the sky and measure its right ascension and its declination on the celestial sphere. Say we pick another star like Sirius. Sirius has a very specific right ascension.
Can you look it up for right ascension and declination? So it's just strange that you have the celestial sphere. When we're on the sphere, remember, we're on the sphere. Why is space spherical? Should be, like if you look at the celestial equator, it should be one big rolling pin. They want to go with the BS, there's a rotation there and a rotation there, which there is if you've been following my videos, but as they come to meet, you'd have one rolling pin type sky rolling over your spinning ball Earth. But no, it doesn't work like that, does it? So why is there
Of course it doesn't.
a curved night sky? Well, because you live on a flat plane and we're inside the toroidal field and everything's curving, because the toroidal field, magnetic field lines curve. And it all comes out of the centre vortex. This is the hyperboloid centre, basically. But this sits above the Arctic. But it's understanding how this works. So you've seen this image on the Superman chest. They know. And he's based in the Arctic, isn't he? Well, that's where he goes to get his kryptonite or whatever.
No, he goes.
So
he goes to get kryptonite.
I've done a video on this, I think. So it's understanding what that means.
That's what Superman does. Oh, I've run out of kryptonite. I need to get some.
You can take it as one cycle, just one hemisphere, because that's what's in the centre north. It projects up and shows us the starry sky in the northern hemisphere. But then the southern hemisphere is mirrored. So there's other ways to understand this cycle too. As you can take it as half, and the other half is on the other side you do not see. But at the end of the day, it gives you a full cycle, which looks like this. There's a full 360-degree cycle of the stars that wind down and then wind back up. So there's your half cycle winding down.
But they don't do that.
And wind back up. So you'll only see at night. You will only see this half, won't you? Because the other half is on the daylight side of your 24-hour cycle. There's the full cycle if you could follow the stars. If you could look from down on Earth and see it, there's your full cycle.
Where do we see that little secondary bit?
The other way to look at it, because nothing's actually real anyway, it all comes from nothing. You take that and you bring it down, flatline it, because that's what it is. It's all flatlined. It's from the black hole. You just squash that down.
Black hole.
Yeah.
Got a black
Squash
hole.
it down, then look at it like that. That's squashed down, isn't it? So you've got your northern hemisphere here. That's the north. Then you just pull it right up and flop it back down the other way. Then you got the southern hemisphere. It's opposite. So one way we're looking down. Say, just drawing down into it, and the other way we're looking up from the bottom out. So in the southern hemisphere we're looking at all the stars from the bottom up, and in the north they're getting an image from above,
They don't
blasted
match,
up in the night
Lindsay.
sky.
They don't match.
Okay. So you see how we get this gyroscopic rotation they're trying to use on their ball there, but it all comes about from this curved motion. So imagine this projected out into your night sky as it turns. It's spiraling down. It's giving you the gyroscopic gyroscopic regarding the flat Earth system. The other way is creation's vertical, and in our realm it's horizontal. So then you'd go spin it like that.
Sorry, what was it?
You keep on saying that word. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Alan needs his he's soundboard it.
Yeah. So you could say, like some people like to do their videos and show you the wave, the sine wave. But anyway, that's half the cycle here. So you'd continue that cycle, and there's the rest of it, and there's your rest of the southern hemisphere, south and north.
But that doesn't look like your other picture.
Yeah. All easily explained on the flat Earth system, isn't it?
No.
Oh yeah,
flat Earth.
Making it up. Yeah.
Over to the Arctic centre. Out of the Arctic centre goes like that.
Nope.
Oh,
you can bring all the way around, create your toroidal field if you want.
It's been looking at Paul's hard quiz.
This has nothing to do with us.
I wish you'd say torus field
There's a
instead of
neutral in between the
toroidal.
two fields.
Just once.
Positive and negative.
Oh, I took that
That's
as
a toroidal field, but there's also the.
Okay, I'll take it one.
It's a double system. It's a dual system within itself.
I need a
dual system. I've got that.
Oh yeah, I got that one as well.
This in here becomes the black hole of creation. This is our version.
Oh yeah, already got that.
What's happening in the tropical gap?
I got tropical gap though.
There's basically the full details of what's happening back at creation.
Is that close enough?
You've got the system going down, flowing down this way.
But he said celestial gap earlier.
And then you have the hydrogen molecule that's come from the Arctic, which has gone down.
I'm still nowhere near a 5.
It's gone down that way, the Arctic.
I need a Kundalini.
I
don't think I'm getting that.
The fluid, the pure fluid, water.
I haven't got
by
that
the
this
sun,
week,
the actual
thank
plasma sun that's in the centre here by the black hole, the black hole creation.
Clive says we must have
goes
exact
back up to the
matches.
centre here. So see how it's opposite? Creation's opposite to the physical world. Creation has the the hyperboloid going out, coming up, or going out to the tropics, the sun here. But in creation, this entity going up that way is coming down.
What's it doing? Come on, you're supposed to be telling us.
Oh, so the male comes out from the tropics and goes down into that way. That's the male end of the Milky Way.
Oh, Milky Way.
But the male entity is coming up through the tropics. Through the tropics, as the females come down, the counter forces.
I don't know if tropics.
The male's going up this way.
Gap.
It's opposite to the centre of creation. There's the black hole of creation. This becomes our black hole. So you break it all down the way I've shown it in my videos. I've shown you how a black hole works. And this is the avoidance zone. The tropical gap is the avoidance zone. And the magnetic field doesn't cross the tropics, does it?
Yes, it does.
It's like in the black hole of creation.
You're the one who tells them it doesn't.
Milky Way, male. And you've got the female coming up, and they're avoiding each other, and they're spinning around that hole. They're both going the same way, but because they're coming from opposite ends, just like we see in our star rotations, look, they're both rolling the same way. But if you look that way, that's going anti-clockwise. That one's going clockwise.
Look above your head, mate.
But they're both rolling the same way. This is what happens. Our whole system only moves in one direction. Okay? Moon, sun, stars, everything. Just at the different paces. Because you've got to consider this star motion. The moon tracks this pattern over the month, spirals all the way down, spirals all the way back up. The stars are doing this, background stars, but the Milky Way stars, they come in.
It always has. Always a male and female parts.
That's a different story again.
Oh yes. All I need is a rhyme.
That comes in the top here. Then you've got the female ones that come up. So it's another story.
No.
So there's your gyroscopic system in the flat Earth. It's from the centre vortex of creation.
Oh,
and it's a vortex.
You might have to listen to the whole thing.
The turning vortex.
Oh, I don't have vortex.
It's all about water, because female, birth, creation, it's all about water. Turning water. This is the female. The male coming in. Also, I'd just like to tell you, you go to Egypt.
Oh, Egypt.
Is it Aswan? Where they've got the big, what is it?
Pyramid?
Obelisk.
Obelisk.
Big obelisk. Giant obelisk.
That would be handy.
It's about 10 metres long. 15 metres long maybe. It's lying on the ground. And you hear all the Egyptologist bullshit stories, blah, 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 blah. But it's laying on the ground for a reason. It's all part of the puzzle for us men. It's been left for us to understand.
It burned down, fell over into the swamp.
Obelisk is representing the Milky Way. We see it horizontally in our night sky. It's like that. But in reality, it's half. You got half of it in, half of it out. You got the female in here. The sun created at the top, the black hole, right at the top, because the ecliptic plane is up here. That's the ecliptic plane up here.
I don't have a ecliptic plane.
Black hole dead centre.
Analemma.
Oh, I got it.
So you've got the ecliptic plane.
I just need the truth.
Flatlined too, basically like that. But we have to imagine it. It's been drawn in the pyramids, shown us in the pyramids like this. These are the planets. And this is the cycle, this curve, the moon takes to come out here at full moon.
I've got two
sun's
lines
up here, right? But we're looking up. We can't tell the moon's down here and the sun's up there because to us it just looks like the moon's there. Well, you can't even tell that because the sun's like it's
Four
shining
lines
this
of
way.
three.
You can't even tell that the full moon's sitting behind the
I've
sun.
hardly got any
It's not
to
what
it.
science tells you anyway. So that's how it works. There's the S curve again in there.
But it doesn't work.
This is bring everything back down. All comes from nothing, folks. Flatlined. Place of rest.
Oh, place of rest. But doesn't help me.
We come from a dark place. No, it shouldn't be said like that. We come from the light. We enter the world in a dark state of consciousness. But basically, everything comes from nothing. Because we live in a conscious realm. Okay?
We have to listen
You
to the whole
understood
thing.
that? Look that up. Right ascension is, I don't know why they call it right ascension, because they're only referring to the northern hemisphere, aren't they? If it's moving to the right, it's moving to the left if you're in the southern hemisphere. So that's the stars moving through the longitude, basically. But then you get the declination of the seasonal changes. It goes like this. There's another topic. I'll do a video on that. That's a good video. I'll put that one on Patreon. Yeah. Okay. If you like this sort of stuff, sign up to the Patreon page, guys. Put a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.
Oh, that was so close.
Oh, how disappointing. Yeah.
That's it.
I had two rows. I had 3 or 4 rows of 3. I've got 2 rows of 4. I needed either truth or Orion belt.
I just needed analemma and I would have had 2 bingos.
Oh dear. Didn't get it. I wasn't anything. I needed Kundalini.
Unfortunately, analemma wasn't
it wasn't happening today. Yeah.
Sorry, what's her name? Anal Emma.
Anal Emma, yeah.
Think about that. What?
Oh dear. No.
Oh, such anticipation,
but didn't happen.
It just wasn't to be.
Anticipate. Yes.
Right ascension. They're just talking about the northern hemisphere.
Yes.
Magnetic field stops at the equator. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't go across. Yeah. Neither do stars.
I didn't hear that bit.
Yeah, the stars don't cross the equator.
You can't use compasses in the southern hemisphere because there's no magnetic field there.
No, there's magnetic field. You can't use them at the equator because it goes to the tropical gap. So anything between the two lines of tropics, and there's no magnetics apparently. So because it goes down through the Earth and then comes back up the other side. So,
so the compass just suddenly stopped working, right?
Apparently. Well, he's never said that, but that's the inference of what he's saying.
Well, yeah, exactly. They would have to, if that's true.
Dr. Nimrod, behave yourself.
Yes, I won't repeat Dr. Nimrod. You can read it for yourselves.
Oh, dear.
Yes, isn't he fun? Dora probably wants another one.
Yeah, that is naughty. That is naughty, but very true. What did I just say that out loud? I didn't.
You did, yes.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that at all.
Dora wants us to do a Lindsay marathon one time. I think she's going to be solely disappointed. It's not happening. It's actually getting hard. I can't unless I pay for his Patreon account. I'm trying to find new ones.
And last peanut surviving wins a prize.
Yeah. Yes. The last one's still watching. Yeah. Get something.
Yeah.
Oh dear. We watched Uplifter. Oh dear, I've got a Leo. I'm sure you love Leo. Another one for Matt. Matt loves Leo. You love Leo, don't you?
Today, Nas.
Yeah. How's the Indians? You got a couple of days before they land.
I'm eating. Hold on.
Yeah, he's busy stuffing his face. That's not very far away, is it?
No, according to Matt's YouTube video, just plugging it for him since he's got his mouth stuffed with food. It's only a couple of days away. Watch it with Matt on his channel.
The 23rd.
Yep.
What's that?
Oh, what's that? Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday.
23rd. Yeah, Wednesday.
What's the 23rd?
ISRO, the Chandrayaan 3 is going to land on the moon, but unfortunately, it looks like Luna 25 is going to beat them to it.
Oh,
if they're successful. Yeah.
It's when they're hopefully going to land a little bit softer than the last time.
What, the Indians or the Luna or the Russians?
Well,
either.
The Russians haven't been back to the moon in years.
40-something years, something else since the last Luna one. Yeah, so interesting.
Ages ago. So fingers crossed for them as well. It'd be nice if both of them can successfully sort of, land without suddenly scattering themselves over a wide area.
They will land. It's pretty likely they will.
Landing is not the issue. It's landing and surviving that seems to be the issue.
Yeah, so the Russian Luna 20. Yeah, so the Russian Luna 25 is due to land on Monday.
Oh, right.
So if they're successful, so the thing is, it's all about landing on the southern pole. Is it all North Pole? Have I got it wrong?
Yeah, it's the southern pole where the water is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I'm just making sure.
Yeah, because I think everybody has worked it out. There's absolutely no point landing where all the Apollo missions landed because they've been there, they know what's there, and I don't think it holds anything of any much interest. The fact I think most countries have agreed not to go anywhere near the Apollo landing sites because they're all, very important sites. Yeah. And what's the point? I think everybody is concentrating at the moment on the southern polar region because they think that's where the water is, and of course that's what they need for all of the stuff going forward.
If they want to put a base there of any significance, yeah.
So it'll be whoever gets it would be the first, or if successful, will be the first successful landing on the southern pole. So it'd be nice if let's face it, it'd be nice if the Indians do. If Luna 25 fails and Chandrayaan 3 is successful.
He says, "Let's be nice.
Be honest.
Let's be nice."
Now, what's the goal of the Indian mission? To set up a call center?
Hello, my name is Paul.
Get better signal here for the call center.
So you can speak to them at 4 a.m. and they'll say, "Good afternoon. My name is Robert."
It has a little rover, a little tiny rover, but literally about the size of a dog, almost. A large dog. Very small. It'll look for ice, I suppose.
I believe they did do some reconnaissance of the southern pole. Didn't know that. Got some photos here, so we.
Well, we've got the LRO is recon the entire moon, isn't it? Really, so it has been.
Yeah, that's it.
Reconned, but
I saw this one. What's on the moon?
Really?
Oh God, I had that on DVD. That's is that the first Iron Sky?
Yeah, that's the first Iron Sky. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, the Nazi moon base. Yeah.
They got helium-3. It's mining from the moon base.
The last Russian probe was Luna 24. I just had to look. That was August 1976.
Yeah, a long time ago.
So
40 odd years.
Yes.
47 years ago, I was 6, or we were 6.
Yeah. Well, it depends what month it was.
They're trying to find the lunar ice wall, are they?
Well, it's holding in all the dust. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to listen to Leo? I do have Leo. Here you go.
Not really. No. If you have to.
Well.
Can always go and put the kettle on because I'll tell you now, he's wrong.
I hate to tell you this.
Yeah, that's without question. That's
I don't know what he's talking about. I'm guessing it's about the shuttle and Hubble, which is ironic because how do you think Hubble got up there? How did they fixed it? But he's wrong.
You have to see. You do sort of get that this show is about we look at flat Earth craziness and then talk about it. So you sort of have to play occasionally some stuff.
It's all pantomime.
It's all pantomime. Okay.
Let's have a look.
Is it demonstrable reality?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's very soft, so you're gonna have to listen.
Mission STS-125, which essentially is a repair mission for the Hubble
Saunter.
telescope done by the Space Shuttle. We're going to have a look at a short clip from that historical mission, and then we're going to tear this silliness to pieces. So we're going to have a look at the short clip in question. It's being narrated by one of the astronauts.
After we got that thing out of the way, we were able to continue with the repair, and we had a few little problems, but nothing like that handrail being in the way. That's a capture plate that we put over the instrument that allowed us to access 117 small screws that we needed to remove from the access panel. Then we removed this power supply, put a new one in, sealed it up.
Screws
and
out next time.
so far so good. It looks like this is up and working again.
And I'll just pause it there. You may have spotted an issue there, you may not have. But we're going to zoom in on a particular part of the clip we've just seen. Bear with me.
Yeah.
This short clip's on loop. Pay particular attention to the reflection on the top of the astronaut's helmet. You can see a certain lighting formation. I'll let it play a few more times. In fact, it looks like at the bottom of the astronaut's helmet, at a certain point when we come to about there, looks like I can see a yellow tank. But we'll leave that. We'll just focus on the actual lighting, the formation of the lighting, okay? Let it come once more. I'm going to take some snapshots, some stills of this, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is, okay? Once more. I'm going to zoom in on the reflection of the astronaut's helmet there, looking at this lighting formation. We've got several rows of light bulbs going away from us. Then on the right-hand side, we've got what looks like a neon light, one of those tubes that were popular in the 70s and the 80s. And what makes this even worse, in between the rows of lights, we can see what appears to be rafters, supports for a roof.
Okay.
To hold the roof up, and of course, the lighting formation that we're seeing in place.
It's a good imagination.
At the end of the clip, and we can see the neon light, the strip light on the right now.
Should be on the spec
has
side.
been joined by another row of what looks like light bulbs. So we've got lights running away from us in lines, light bulbs.
You mean?
And we've got a neon light below one of the light runs.
With a neon light, it would be red, you idiot.
Now this makes all perfect sense when we come to NASA's neutral buoyancy lab. We've got rafters in between the lights holding up the roof. We've got runs of light bulbs. And over here on the right, we've got neon lights below.
They're way over there.
They're not
the
fucking
rows
neon
of light
lights.
bulbs that are on the roof.
No fluorescent. That's what he's looking for.
This footage was filmed in the neutral buoyancy lab. That is the lighting setup.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. It looks nothing like it.
For anyone claiming, oh, that's a bit of training footage they've slipped in by mistake. Sorry. This uniform, this outfit, this space suit our mate is wearing here is the official spaceport uniform, the EMU unit, worn by NASA since the early 80s and still worn to this day. They wear a different uniform when they're doing the training, as I'm about to show you.
Different uniform? What?
So we're going to look at a short clip from the official training mission for STS-125 Hubble repair mission. Just want to show you before we do. A couple of little differences with the astronauts.
But we don't think it's a bit of training videos. We just think you're wrong.
Well, yeah. I mean, it could be. Yeah, exactly.
A couple of things here.
Could be.
Yellow torch on the side of the
now look
astronaut's
at the lights on his helmet.
Don't
look anything like the lights on the other one.
Points on the visor here are different as well. Okay, I'll be pointing that out in a minute. But let's just watch the official clip. I think we'll pause it there, as our underwater star here gets lowered into his underwater pantomime stage. And just zoom in.
But it's got to be underwater for it to be what you're saying it is. Not above water.
Exactly. Look familiar, doesn't it? So this is the official training suit for the Hubble repair mission.
Underwater or not?
The official spacewalk suit.
Doesn't look the same. It doesn't.
No.
Training suit with its yellow torches and different pivot point on the visor. Official suit with different torches and different pivot points on the visor. Training.
We're not saying it's
the problem
training.
is when we zoom in on the astronaut's visor on the official footage of him supposedly repairing the Hubble Space Telescope in space, when we zoom in, we can see the lighting of the neutral buoyancy lab in all its glory reflecting on his helmet. Not only that, we can see the rafters, the design holding the roof up, and of course holding the lighting in place, of course, which is reflecting on the astronaut's visor here. This is a really bad fail for NASA, the Hubble, and space in general. Terrible.
Well, bad fail for you, I think.
Oh, yeah, yes, terrible, yeah. Dueling retard.
Yes, that was stretching it.
I mean, does he not think that there might be some light? The astronauts would need some lighting when they're actually in the dark
to see what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, and we can clearly see. I mean, he's desperate like this all the time. He's always clutching at straws.
Sorry.
Well,
yep. Sorry.
And we can clearly see that it doesn't look anything the same. He always does this, moron.
Yes. I don't want to play that.
I don't suppose in his video he cites where he got that video from, does he?
No, he never does. Never. I've never seen him once cite what the sources of the videos. Never does.
I should have to try and find that one just out of some sort
clear
of
why. Yeah, it wouldn't be that difficult. I don't think. You probably could find it. I mean, there's only one. Well, there was a couple of repair missions. Maybe two or three repair missions.
But
well,
he never.
They're talking about the first one anyway. So.
I'm convinced he doesn't look at these things anyway. I think people point it out to him and then he tries to palm them off because he's already shown you he never watches more than about 30 seconds of a video anyway. So
yeah,
never seems to pick up the whole lot. I was going to play Hawaii Island on Fire, but I was going to say, why don't we have a math quiz? Paul, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
Do a math quiz?
How about we start with an easy maths quiz? A basic
okay,
maths.
I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.
It's just the easy one, mate.
This one's not a hard one.
42.
42.
Must be. The answer's 42.
Remember, if in doubt, the answer's C.
It's not multiple choice. You'll have to give me sharing rights, Timbo.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, thanks, mate.
He does. Yeah.
I do. Multiple participants.
Yeah.
Sharing.
But Paul, it's maths. So if in doubt, the answer can be C. Even if it isn't multiple choice.
It could be C.
All right. So this is the basic math quiz. All you have to do is give me an answer.
I don't have to be the right answer. Oh, good. Look, I've got them all finished then. Yeah. 3,
well, isn't that the standard requirement with any quiz is to give the answer?
Yeah, that's right.
Obvious,
the correct
right?
answer, not just an answer.
Well, yeah, it does help to give the correct answer in a quiz, right?
All right. So
hey, can we ban Clive from? Sorry, can we ban Clive from answering?
Oh, I don't know. Come on, this one's not hard. These aren't hard.
Go.
One.
One. You sure?
One.
You sure?
I don't get one.
Well, unless they change the rules for doing these things.
I get 9. But anyway, go on.
Oh, come on.
So it's either 2 times 3 divided by 6 divided by, which would be divided by 6, or it's either 2 times 3. Yeah.
Now this one might depend on how old you are because the rules for doing order of operations actually changed. Really old people might do the 2 times 1 plus 2 first. But the actual correct order in modern day mathematics is not to do that. Is to do the do the divisions and multiplications as they occur.
Yeah, right? So I would have got 3 times 3 myself. But anyway.
So the correct answer is you actually do the 6 divided by 2 first. Right? You do the 1 plus 2 first, which gives you 3. But then you do 6 divided by 2, which is 3. and then times it by 3, which is 9. So the correct answer is actually 9.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I got that, but I did it on my calculator.
Yeah.
I cheated.
Yeah.
I got 9, and then Blue's company who's saying 1, and I'm saying, okay.
I used the scientific function on my computer calculator.
Yeah.
So, gonna give me the answer.
Okay, next one. It's a similar sort of thing.
Yeah, this becomes 4 times 8. 4 times 4. So 16. Sorry.
16.
Hey?
Yeah, although my calculator
correct.
said 1.
Yeah.
You got an old calculator.
There you go.
right.
You got an old calculator, yeah. 16. Okay.
No.
This, you don't want to do this one.
Come on.
It's 1, isn't it? Hang on. Is it 1? Hang on. Yeah. That's what I got. I'm sticking by it.
You're sticking with 1?
I am.
My calculator says 1.
Oh, 19 says 2 in text.
Yeah, mine says 1, 2.
19? How do you get 19? Oh, he does the 9 minus 3, which is 6, and then divided by a third, which is 18 plus 1 is 19. No. The correct answer is in fact 1. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Right, so 60 divided by 5. So that's 12.
Yeah. Keep going.
Times 2. So it's got to be 24.
You are correct, Matt.
Yeah.
24. Well done. Okay.
Well, it's 10 divided by 2, isn't it?
210 divided by 220 divided by 2. Which is 110.
Yeah, so it'd be 120.
Yes.
120 is correct. All right. Now for something a bit different.
Okay, so
one of these.
it is, we have the apple equals 10. And if the apple equals 10, then the banana and apple together must equal 5. So if you've got 5 and then 2 other even numbers, is going to leave you with the banana equal 4, which means the pair equals 2. So 2 times, what did I say the banana equals? 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 18.
So you're sticking with 18?
I haven't checked my results, so someone else can correct me.
See what the peanuts think of this one.
Oh, wait, 30 says.
Double pair is.
So I get the banana is 4, right? And the pear is... Oh, 1. Yeah, pear is 1. So I stuffed it up.
No.
Hang on. So the pear and the banana together are worth 5.
Right. A pear and a banana together are worth 5. Yep.
And so if you take 5 from 13, you're left with 8.
So
you're left with the banana.
So 2 bananas is worth what?
So 2. Yeah.
No, 2 bananas is worth
4.
So each banana's worth 2. And that means that a pear must be worth what?
3.
3. So
10
then you
plus
do 10
5.
plus 3 times 2.
Yeah.
Which should be 16, right?
16. As I said, I didn't check the math.
Yeah, there you go. 16. Had to think a bit more about that one.
Well, I wasn't writing it down. If I wrote it down, I would have. I was trying to do it a bit.
Yeah. All right.
We'll let Matt do this one. You can do this one, Matt. Yeah. You there? Or has he gone off for a coffee? Okay. It's 50 divided by 5 is 10. And you meant to do the 10 times 5 minus 3 at that point. So that's 20. Then we should do the 5 divided by 1/5, which is 25. So what do I say? 20 plus 25? 50, 45? Someone else can confer? I'm doing this in my head, so I'm probably wrong. Yeah.
As soon as I get a correct answer out in the peanuts, I'll agree. Yeah, that's 45. Yep. All right, here's another one of these.
Oh, this is the same, almost. Almost, not quite. So we know that a hamburger is worth 5.
Right.
Yeah. So that means 5 from 9 is going to be 4. So it means that each pack fries, whatever you want to call them, is 1.
Is 1, yeah, got to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 1
so
times
5
10 is,
plus 1 times 10.
Yeah, no, 10.
No.
It's 1 times 10
5
plus
times
5.
10.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Which is
15.
Yeah.
15 is good. Well done.
Yeah, there we are. Turing's got it out there here.
Yep.
And
Yep.
That. 24 times 12 is. You got a calculator, haven't you?
Oh, come on! You don't need a calculator for that.
No, I probably don't. But I thought somebody else might like
to. What's 12 times? 288. Well done. Yeah. That is indeed correct. All right.
And I did have to use the calculator because my mental arithmetic is crap.
Well, we're into the dresses now.
My God.
They always start off with the same one.
Dart.
So they always start with the same one. I don't know.
Well, we know each shoe is worth 2, right? Because the dress is 10.
Yeah.
So 2, 4, 6, 8. So we know that's
2,
2 each. So
how do you
lipstick?
How do you get lipstick equal to then?
4 minus. Oh, so the lipstick's got to be 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 plus 10 times
2. 10 times 2 is
10 times 2 is 20.
Plus 1.
21.
Yeah.
21. Well done. And there you go. That's all.
There you go. That wasn't that hard.
Oh, actually, that wasn't too bad.
See, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But then I do have a hard quiz for later. A hard
one. I've got
I'll mute myself.
I have a can you beat Clive to the answer hard maths quiz.
Yes. I do have another quiz.
Well, I'm going to guess that beating Clive to the answer is not going to be on for most of us, is it?
No, you never know.
You can make a guess.
I think I might have found that video that Leo used.
Oh, did you?
Well, I've just gone through the first one I found that was an hour long, so obviously I'm fast forwarding through it. But the quality is nowhere near the same, and it doesn't show that clip at all. I've just found another one, and that so far it's better quality, but that doesn't seem to show that clip either.
No. Okay.
What you want to find is the original. There is some footage of the original first repair of Hubble. It's there somewhere, and it's bound to be on NASA website.
Well, I think it was flight STS-125, which I just looked at the hour-long version. Yeah. I've now got a much cleaner one, but this is apparently STS-126, but they're working on the Hubble. Oh, it found it. It is this one.
Found it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have a look at that later after the quiz then.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've obviously got it muted at the moment, so I don't know what they're saying. But yeah, I've just found the shot of him with the reflections in there.
If they're speaking in Russian, it's not the same clip. All right.
What?
Don't worry.
Okay. Why would they be speaking in Russian?
Because you're on the wrong website.
He's trying to be funny, and
it wasn't working. No. Move on. You hit the jokes every now and then. Sometimes they will.
Excuse me, I'm just going to have a bit of a listen to this.
Well, while you're listening to that, I'll put on something else that no one wants to listen to.
Oh, it's great. There's nobody talking.
Okay,
brilliant.
Here we go. You can listen to some absolute derp. Not so much Flat Earth, but just...
it's about the Maui
Major news
fire.
story right now that's taking place is what's going on in Hawaii, specifically the
Russian
island
vids.
of Maui. And just take a look here at the map of Maui. You can see the areas that are affected. And you have a huge mountain range here. And you have these other locations. Another look here. Specifically at Lahaina. And again, the huge mountain range. So you have this spread of what's going down here. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And obviously, that anybody that's been following this knows there's no official reason of why this is taking place. And one thing I found pretty interesting is what the Maui PD chief states here during this news conference. It's going to remind you of a past event. The similarities are spot on. Take a listen to what he says here.
A fire that melted metal.
And take a look at this footage from TikTok. And what do you see here? You just heard the police chief state what's taking place here with the melted metal. You see it here in plain sight. And it gets to this with Joe Biden on Twitter, where he talks about we're laser focused, focused, of course, on getting things done. And that comes to the predictive programming aspect. Take a look at here. Very interesting with Mountain Dew. We all know about Dew. Let's get a little bit of a close-up here with this one advertisement for Mountain Dew, Maui Burst. And you see the three tikis laughing like they're mocking. Let's get a little bit of a close-up here. Again, Mountain Dew. And that's the in red when it says Dew. And again, the Maui Burst. One thing, again, I want to specify here as far as the tikis, the three laughing tikis. And definitely, I look at this as mockery in plain sight. Let's take a look here at some tikis.
God.
And you see all the different faces they're making. And I don't see any particular smiles on the faces. I'm not saying they don't make tikis with smiling faces, but this is not the norm. You see all the faces with these tikis.
Does he not think that maybe the
Mountain Dew?
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, does he not think that the producers would actually want to market to children and they don't want scary faces on their bottles? Maybe,
yeah.
perhaps. It's just I'm just putting it out there a bit.
I just love how we jumped from one to the other. That was like,
yeah. I don't know what the connection is. Still don't understand what the connection is between melted aluminium and
and laser focused on our priorities somehow.
Well, you know what they're thinking is. Because I've seen a whole load of videos about this, saying the cars are melting and it's steel. Steel's got a melting temperature of XXX and all the rest of it.
But not aluminium, no.
Yeah, they think that there's no other metals in a car other than just steel.
Yeah,
there's also aluminium.
The mag wheels will melt or burn too.
Yeah.
I pointed this out before with California and what took place.
We won't watch the whole of it because it gets
in Australia with similar events with Tribeca, with the kombucha, with the all-seeing eye, and the pyramid. Let's go a little bit of a close-up here. And again, the pyramid in the eye within. And of course, anybody that's followed my channel, they'll know this when it comes to the pyramid. It's the 666 with the 60-degree angle within a pyramid or a triangle. 60. You get your 666. This all comes down to the NW agenda and the New World Order. Basically, Novus Ordo Seclorum stands for New World Order Group, and I'll just put it lightly with group. Let's take a look here at specifically what's on the can, as you can see here on the bottom portion. Controlled burn with the trees on fire. And not only that, take a closer look here at what you see here with controlled burn. It almost looks like this deck here is the pyramid, the uncapped pyramid. And what do you see in plain sight? A 3 and another 3. Make no mistake about it, this is by design. Just like the company logo itself is by design. Make no mistake about it whatsoever. Now, one thing I found, again, interesting, Another design
the
on a
word
can by the
Cayenne
same
down there,
company.
you fucking knuckle?
And what do you see here? It says the main squeeze, and it definitely looks like a surfer in Hawaii. And definitely they're putting this in plain sight. The main squeeze, I stated before, with the double E's, you flip them around, you get your 33 when they're capitalized, of course. And Fox News here, Fox Now, and supposedly raising 33 million for the wildfire itself. And of course, evil and live in reverse, all by design. Make no mistake about it. And also this one clip by ABC News with the roadblocks. Take a look here. They want to highlight this one particular truck as it rolls by this police officer. Take a look at what it says. I'm not going to stop right there. Theatrics, Hawaii, audio, lighting, video, staging, rigging. And make no mistake about it. Again, this is not by chance or coincidence. Yeah. Who's behind it all? Take a look here at the flag of Hawaii. You have the Union Jack in the 8 stripes. The 8 stripes represent the 8 islands. But more importantly, you have the Union Jack. Who's behind it all? And that gets back to the fact.
Is it the flag of Hawaii?
It's us British. It's our fault. It's the British fault. We're doing it. Yeah, we did it.
But
that's right.
Do they still have the Union Jack on the Hawaiian flag? Really?
Actually, that's is that not the East India Company's flag, or very similar?
I don't think that is the Hawaiian flag. I'm going to have to look that up because
it's definitely the Hawaiian flag.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Foundation of the United States itself.
It's because of a
Delaware being the first state, being 33.
Company, I think.
Okay, I think
you might be right. Yeah.
When it became the state, I thought they might have changed it. But anyway,
numerology, Pythagorean to be specific, and Hawaii itself with the 33. So the first state being a 33, the last state being 33. And I found this interesting as well. Off topic, but it relates to, again, ABC when I was digging for information. And what do you see with this news story regarding mushrooms in this one female? The all-seeing eye in plain sight. And take a closer look here, and you see all the pyramids up the sleeve of this woman's dress. Everything's by design. Make no mistake whatsoever. And for what's going to take place with Hawaii, the aftermath, as far as Maui's concerned, you're going to see a lot of new construction taking place. A lot of people obviously displaced currently. People still own the land, but as far as staying where they're located, we'll see what happens. But definitely make no mistake about it when it comes down to it. This is by design. Once again, just like all these other events that I covered when it comes to California and Hawaii, no doubt whatsoever, this is a controlled burn.
You get to where someone play the rest.
Did you know that Bob is Bob backwards?
Yes.
Conspiracy confirmed.
Conspiracy. Yes, that one was a bit,
Lie is evil backwards.
So is M2M. M2M is M2M.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to trust you ever anymore, man.
No, that's it. You shouldn't.
No, but he's actually backwards. Is he MZM? So
MZM. That's definitely confirmed. What does the Z stand for? Oh my god, the last letter of the alphabet. That's
Zion. No, it must be Zion, of course. So you must be a Zion.
Zion. I'm a Zion. Yeah.
I've solved Leo's problem for him.
Oh, have you? Okay, you want to share?
Have you?
Yeah, if you let me share.
I'll let everyone share. That's all right. I'm not.
Okay, let's go there. Right, here's a still from the film that Leo used. This is the Space Shuttle Flight 126. So here we see astronaut. Here we see the lights in his visors. I want you to pay attention to the background. Look at the little blue squares and stuff like that. Yeah.
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 Oh. What's that? Oh, it's the shuttle airlock.
That's what they're in. There you go.
Yep. Because everything that shots outside, it's either they've either got the suit lights on, or they're in sunlight. The only place where they've got lights inside the shuttle in that bit of film is the airlock, and that's where he was.
Very good.
So he's picking up the lights from the third astronaut or something rather. That's what's on.
No, he's picking up the light fittings.
Lights inside the airlock.
Inside the airlock.
Yeah. So they're not actually at the Hubble at all.
No.
I did wonder because I noticed that handle there. I did notice that, and I was thinking, handles.
I don't know. These twin ones, they could be coming off another suit because they've got twin lights either side of their visors. But that's where that. Oh, I can't see. Where's it gone? I can't see it. I can't get to the other photo now.
Go back.
Yeah,
keep flicking backwards where that photo was taken. It's inside the airlock.
Yeah, keep flicking back between the two if you can. Can you do that?
Well, that's a problem because it doesn't look like.
Oh, don't worry about it if you can't. It's all right. It's all good.
No, hang on.
Don't worry about it.
So there we go. So you've got that circular feature. What gives it away are these blue squares.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that is the background of the airlock.
Yeah.
So quite where these, let's go back again. Quite where these are, but you see, you've got the two pairs of circular lights, and you're getting exactly that.
Yeah.
On his face, shining in his visor there. So
whatever causes those,
is within the airlock somewhere, because
it's probably a mixture of. It's probably a mixture of both the lights inside the airlock and also the other astronaut. That's not necessarily. No.
Well, they might have lights. They might have lights around that camera. So that
no, there wouldn't be a third astronaut inside that anyway. No, they're just doing a selfie basically there, aren't they?
But that's where Leo's saying, oh look, you can see rafters and this is inside their swimming pool, their negative buoyancy tank or whatever. No, he's in the fucking airlock.
Yes,
that's it.
Yeah. Can you do me a favour, farmers? Can you send me those links to those things you've got? And with your permission, I wouldn't mind doing a video on this, and I'll credit you.
But yeah, by all means, mate. I'll okay. Let me stop sharing. Yeah, I'll do that. That's.
I won't claim it as. I won't claim it as me.
All you've got to do is Google space shuttle airlock, and that one's actually off the Wikipedia page about airlocks.
Oh right, okay, all right. Well, send me the link to the video at least, anyway.
Yeah. Not a problem, mate. I'll do that now.
And I'll credit you with the idea that you found it.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I mean, it just takes a couple of minutes. Once you find the clip he's used, and I sort of looked at it and thought, they're not outside in the cargo bay, because I don't think the shuttle cargo bay had lights in it. I'm not sure, but from all the footage you can see, the only lights they've got are what's on their suits. Because obviously they're in the guts of the Hubble, and that ain't got light fittings in there. Because why would you?
Yeah, I thought perhaps they had some sort of lighting.
Yeah, but you think, well, is he in the airlock? What does a space shuttle airlock look like? You Google it, and I think the second result is the Wikipedia page, and that's the photo that's on it. It's like, oh, that's where they are. Yeah, it doesn't. When they say do your own research, yeah, mate, I just did. Sorry.
I mean, he deliberately lied. He must have known because he picked it off a video, and they must have actually said at some point in the video that they're actually in the airlock, and they're either coming back in, or they're going back out, or they're going out towards it. So he's done it deliberately. He's lied again.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I would expect that the cargo bay does have lighting in it, because I'm sure they must need to go in there.
Well,
before they open the cargo bay doors.
There we go.
No, they have to open those doors. They have to open those cargo bay doors within very few minutes after going on orbit.
Yeah.
That's how the cooling system works.
Do they ask Cal?
Yep.
To open the cargo bay doors, Cal?
Can you open the pod bay doors, please, Hal?
Can you open the pod bay doors, Hal?
Yeah, they have a
Sorry, Dave. I can't do that.
Sorry, Blue. Sorry, Blue.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, you don't really have to go out there and unlock it or anything. No, they have a handy button.
I'm sure they do. They don't have Hal controlling the locks.
Kind of like a garage door remote,
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you a choice. You can either do my quiz now, or we could listen to Fleurs arguing with each other.
How about Flurfs arguing with each other? It's always fun to listen to argue.
Because
I know which one you're going to go with.
Because I think Matt was a bit unfamiliar with this debate going on at the moment.
I watched about half an hour of it, but it was just the usual. It's not the one I'm talking about. Okay, don't worry about it. Forget it.
No. This is.
I really should have put the thingy on, shouldn't I?
I thought it was going to be the Whitsitt and Oakley debate.
I can't listen to them. Yeah, it's just I know other people do. So
I know. So Jerem and Oakley. Sorry, I thought you meant Jerem and Oakley. That's what I was thinking of.
So he's still going to put forward some of his ideas, right? Just some context.
Right, let's go to the whiteboard. So let's start here. Right. So let's start. So, let's take a vessel, right? So now we're talking about we'll just say an enclosed vessel, right? And in this thing here, air is put in. So we'll give it the air is just going to fill the area equally, okay? And then we'll place another object in here. Right, so now we have this and we have air within it. So the air's equalised here on every wall and this object here. Now, the air has no direction here, right? There is no gradient to the air in this regard. This object here has no direction. This object has no weight, it has nothing. So if this was now submerged in a fluid and we filled this completely with a fluid, right, we'll just say liquid water, right? So we're in three-dimensional space, we've created an enclosure and we fill this with water. So the water is now all equalised in here, right? And it's pressing here on this, and every surface of this thing. Now, this thing is not going to be influenced to move in any particular direction. Nothing whatsoever. There is no vector to it, there is no motion, there is nothing. It's just a static example. Okay? Now if this was filled with water, and now I come along and I've got a platform.
Ignoring gravity, obviously.
And I set that motion at a set 50 miles per hour, say. Right? Excuse it. I'm just using these numbers randomly just as an example. Now as that comes into contact with this solid object, we'll say it is, right? Now what happens is that there's a motion transfer felt through the body and everything within it. So what happens immediately is that there's a compression now in this direction, right? That's felt through this body, translated through the water and to this object. So now what starts to happen is this object begins what we would say sinking, right? Now, before the contact of this was all static, right? Now that it's in contact, we've got this 50 miles per hour motion, which is causing a displacement. Okay. Now as that happens, that's going to sink. There's going to be a compression downwards of the fluid. Okay? And if we remove this, what we're going to see...
I'd like to see an object hit.
If we remove the barrier...
How does that not...
Go on.
No, sorry, my brain is just overloaded. Sorry.
Go back to where he's got the shell around it, Timbo. Just press, that bit there. So if he's got that platform coming up and now pushing on that, now he makes a statement. He says it's going at 50 miles per hour. Yeah. Well, that's a constant velocity. That's no different than not having the platform there at all.
Yeah.
So it's only if it's accelerating that it's going to actually apply a force to the shell. And if it's accelerating, then it's going to create a density gradient, right?
Yeah.
It's going to compress the water at the bottom. Okay. And then it depends on whether that object in the middle is more dense or less dense than the water as to which direction it will go.
Yes.
If it's actually less dense than the water, it'll actually go in the opposite direction. It'll go upwards.
Yeah.
If it's more dense than the water, it will go downwards. So he's wrong. Right.
Well, he's right. Start. If you argue that it's a collision, then there's an effect at the point of collision. But let's assume that it's not a collision, that he's actually affecting which is what he wants to get to.
He implied it's a collision, didn't he? Because he said that the platform hits it because the other thing is stationary. So that's the bit that was that's the bit that broke my mind for a second, was that there's a collision and he doesn't actually consider the collision.
Well, I think he does initially, and that's the trouble. Is that and as it goes on, I think that's where I see is wrong. Initially, arguably, if given the right densities, etc., the object will move towards the upward travelling platform, right? But then he goes on to say it continues. So after the collision, then it's no longer a collision. So then it needs to be accelerating to maintain that velocity. So anyway, let's
see what he says.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, push the wrong button.
If we remove the barrier, what we're going to see happen to water is that water now levels out like this. Okay? So now we've got a level surface because it's now displaced. Okay? This object now, as it comes into contact with that, is going to move until there's enough solid matter there that can resist it. Because right now, if it's there before the platform reaches it, it's surrounded by air. Now the air would be pushing up on it, but the air isn't solid enough to push it into the speed that the frame of reference is moving in. So it's going to be pushing slightly on it, but the object is stationary. It wants to remain stationary. That's its true inertia. Right? And then once it comes out to something solid, and it's now here, bang, now it has a directional vector, now it has something that can resist it. Okay? Now, this 50 miles per hour speed is the thing that's going to dictate the weight of that object. So that very same object, same mass, same volume, same surface area, if I now increase the rate of the reference frame to 150 miles an hour, at 50 miles per hour we could say, well, the object weighed 10 grams. I can't even write it. 10 grams, right? You know what I'm trying to say. At 50 miles an hour. If I then tweak that and I increase the rate to 150 miles an hour, this same mass is now going to have a different, what we call, weight to it.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
And as the reference frame continues moving at its set rate, it's going to continue its process of pushing on materials. The materials are going to have the opposite and equal reaction, and anything that's less dense than any other medium is going to be forced through that medium. If it's static, it's just going to remain static until something solid comes up and contacts it and puts it into motion. Now, if we're doing 150 miles an hour, this is now on the ground. Now I climb a ladder. We'll say the ladder's 5 miles tall, whatever.
Doesn't get it, but
now, I'm holding that object, and I let that object go. That object, me, on the ladder, the whole Earth, the whole reference frame is going at 150 miles per hour. Now, if I'm here, and I'm holding the same object and I let it go, the distance that there is here, right? Now, when I let that go, it starts to lose its speed of 150 miles an hour. The air that's being pushed upwards cannot support it. So the air is trying to push it at the same rate that it's moving with the reference frame, but cannot support it.
Just so
this
wrong.
Starts a process of deceleration, which is just acceleration, but it's getting slower. Right? The air's constantly pushing against it, but it cannot keep it at the speed that it was going at, so it loses its momentum. Now, if I let it go from here, it only has that distance to lose the momentum over that distance. So the impact's going to be less than it is here, because it's got more time to lose its momentum. So the impact's going to be greater.
Do it in a
so again,
vacuum
if
chamber.
I run this air and I let that go, and it starts the process of deceleration because the air can no longer support it and push up on it. If I then start increasing the viscosity of that air, right, what we call the rate of fall here, or the rate of deceleration, is going to be reduced because now there's something more viscous that can push up on it, slowing the rate of deceleration down.
God.
And in this scenario, this is what's happening. Stationary earthers in their bias are witnessing these things and just having the interpretation that this thing is a thing that moves towards the Earth. Okay? So let's move on to that.
I mean,
so he thinks the Earth's moving upwards through the air instead of the air moving with the Earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But and the other thing is, his thing is easily. There's several things that are wrong with it. If you ignore the air,
only several.
Yeah, well, I'm being generous. I'm only counting what he's put on the screen. If you put him in a vacuum, both objects would hit the water at with the same amount of force. So it wouldn't matter what height you drop something.
Why did the water suddenly flatten out, but the object stayed where it was?
Well, that's another thing. What caused that?
Yeah.
Well, it could be pushed by the platform, of course.
The impact he failed to mention.
Yes.
I don't seem to notice this vertical wind.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, pushing up. Yes. Yeah. So, yes, wouldn't the air be pushed up? Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. I won't play all of this because it's a few hours. Rub it all out. You know, you can just go up the top and go clear, but anyway.
So, drop better. Oh, shit. We've got a platform now that's stationary. Okay? And now we've got an object here above it, which is also stationary. Remember, stationary has no vector, has no direction, has no weight, has nothing. So, in this scenario, the only option you have is that this thing now must accelerate towards your stationary Earth.
Why?
Okay? Now you're going to need to factor in a causality for that, because you're claiming acceleration, you're claiming motion from a static position. You can't keep saying impulse or momentum.
Possible.
Momentum is a facet of something that's already in motion. So if I'm pushing a car and I let go of that car, it keeps rolling until it loses its momentum. If I'm rolling a ball across a line and you come along 90 degrees from me and kick that ball, that's an impulsive act upon it, changing its direction. Again, showing you that impulse and these things are attributes of motion. They are not the cause of motion. Impulse is a descriptor of a particular type of motion, not a cause. So, now you need a cause for this to come here. This is where people start waffling about what this object has. Again, inanimate matter does not have the ability to move itself. So you're left with two things, a causality. You need a causality now for this to go. So people now are imagining some downward flow from above, right? Something that's happening from above us that's causing a downward flow, which is causing things to accelerate towards the Earth. Okay? Now, again, when we have a vessel with liquid in it and air in it, and we move that vessel in any direction, we get a displacement. So if we accelerate in that direction, we get a displacement, so now the water will come to the back and the air will come to the front. If we go in that direction, we get the opposite. If we accelerate it, so if we've got a vessel here and the water here, and we now accelerate it down the way, what happens is we get an inversion where the water now moves up here and the air now here, pointing towards the direction of acceleration. This is provable, demonstrable. Go and accelerate something downwards right now with water in it, and you will see that's exactly what happens.
No, you
This is
won't.
where now they want to invoke some downward flow or some force that can attach itself to the water. So in this sense, it would be like this. So now we have the water here. So this force now attaches itself to the gas, attaches itself to the liquid, attaches itself to the solid vessel, and now wants to accelerate them all down at the same rate so that no displacement occurs. Although we've shown that in conditions of acceleration, that displacement occurs 100% of the time. If you're going to invoke that there's a downward force, something that's causing a flow downwards, there should be displacement of gas and liquids. If you're saying that's not the case, you're now in the realms of fantasy, and this is why I call it Harry Potter tractor beam physics. You're now invoking a force that can achieve what I've just highlighted to you. No human being witnesses a force like that. It's a preposterous proposition, a preposterous idea, notion, concept. There is no grounds for you to reason a force like that, other than to say, well, it could be and we just don't know. Well, it could be fucking invisible unicorns manifesting reality through their arse, using their imagination to manifest human beings and everything. But
here he goes. We have liftoff.
Or the other one. Oh, we don't experience. I don't experience motion. My senses tells me it's stationary. Is that your reasoning now then? Is this where we're going to go? All right then. Well, do your senses when you look along train tracks, they appear to do that, or a road? To your senses, that's how it appears to you. So now what? We'll just accept that the parallel lines converge because that's your visual experience, or you apparently see a sun going down. That's my experience. It looks like it's going down. Well, according to these people, that's what should be accepted then. We should look no further. The fact of the matter is that you do experience it. Everything's displaced. Water is level. There's a cause to why water is level. Okay? Back to the scenario again. If I'm doing a reference frame, static, and there's water here, and water has no form, it's just going to gather like that. Now when I put that into motion, the water now levels out.
It sloshes up the sides.
If we were to do a drop test, we would see that. If I'm up at high elevation, standing on a cliff, and I have a bottle with water in it, like so, when I'm holding up my taxi frame, it's displaced. If I then shake that bottle up, spin it around, and then let it go immediately, the water's not going to level out like this. It doesn't level out like that. If somebody was standing on a ledge here beneath me, right, with their hand out, not only does the water not go back to being level again, but the orientation of the buoyancy and density vector and the motion of something rising and sinking ceases when I let that go. And that's going to remain the same until somebody here captures it. And immediately as soon as they capture that, bang, the water levels out again. The motion of buoyancy and density up and down now returns. Provable, demonstrable. Take a break from this just now. See where people are at. I've got more to add on that, I'm going to come back to it.
It's impossible.
Impossible. It is.
It's just a perfect demonstration of Dunning-Kruger.
Is it what? Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, I agree.
Ignoring a whole lot of other forces, but it's like he sort of understands that you're going to have a force on it, but he doesn't understand if you don't have acceleration, you don't have a force. It's just yeah, for a start.
I'll give his due. He's been staying at the peak of stupidity for a very long time.
He has, hasn't he?
A very long time.
Yes.
Dunning-Kruger curve.
Well, at least he's given it some argument. He's actually giving some thought or some to it. But
and at least he's consistent. I mean, he hasn't changed his narrative.
Yes,
since I can remember. He's always said the same stuff.
But there's a sort of point where he's trying to make sure he never goes down the point where he can say, "Oh, you know, gravity must exist." He's never going to say that. He's going to do everything else to avoid saying that. So,
he's never changed his mind ever about anything.
So we'll hear what some other flat Earth intellects have to say in discussion with you.
Intellect.
Push play.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
That? Yes.
Sorry, I can't get on my phone, so I quickly did it on the PC.
Go. Are you sorted?
I just quickly getting off there. Okay, cool. Thank you for having me on, Del.
No worries.
So what is the issue, mate?
What's his name?
You know the issues? Flatzoid. So first and foremost, Flatzoid.
Flatzoid, that's it.
Gas, liquids and solids accelerating at the same rate. That's your claim.
Yeah, it's observed.
No, it's not observed. Where do you reason that that's an observation, Flatzoid?
By the same token that you say that things are not displacing when the bottle falls.
Huh? No. That's an observation of the fact of the demonstration. You're making a claim that there's a force that can accelerate gas, liquid and solid at the same rate so that no displacement occurs. Now, where do you reason to request for such a force? And how does this force separate itself so that it can apply different amount of force to gas, liquid and solid?
Okay, the argument was now you say, how do you know that it's accelerating at the same rate?
You
just said it's observed, so yes, it's observed.
No, the observation is that there's no displacement of gas and liquid in free fall. There is
so they accelerate at the same rate.
Well, that's what I'm getting to the root of. Where do you get the grounds to ask for such an absurd force?
Okay, when the bottle falls, there's water and gas in an object.
I've heard your rhetoric, Flatzoid.
You want me to explain it?
He's asked the question, you didn't give a chance to answer.
I've heard your rhetoric. Right.
That's not rhetoric.
It is rhetoric, but where's your demonstration then, Flatzoid? You demonstrate acceleration with no displacement occurring.
Again, Del, when the bottle falls, okay, you would agree the water inside the bottle, the gas inside the bottle, and the object inside the bottle is all falling with the bottle, correct?
No.
No,
because there's no displacement, Flatzoid. Listen clearly.
Okay, so when I let go of the bottle, the water, the gas...
Let me clarify it for you. This is physical reality we're talking about now, Flatzoid, right? Under conditions of acceleration, gas, liquid displace. Okay? Do you agree?
Static they displace, not acceleration.
What?
Who said they displace at acceleration?
Physics, reality shows you that.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
When you drop it, it shows no displacement. So where do you come from? It shows that.
But that's your special pleading, Flatzoid.
No, it's not. It's observed.
It's not observed. It's your interpretation, and it's a special. Listen. It's a special pleading based on your interpretation of what you think's going on. What I'm showing you is that that's not the case, because the gas and liquid don't displace. Gas and liquid displace under conditions of acceleration 100% of the time.
Okay, I'm going to do this again. Like I said, when you drop a bottle, the water, the gas, and everything in that bottle, they're all accelerating at the same rate. We observe this. Hence why there is no displacement. This is observed.
Yes.
You are making a claim against this, so you have the special pleading here.
No,
not me.
No, Flatzoid. I'm showing you demonstration gas and liquid displace under conditions of acceleration. It's a fact. You can make a simple accelerometer, Flatzoid, with a tube and water in it, okay? And when you accelerate it, the water displaces. Okay, that's a simple accelerometer. Now, you're claiming that in the downward vector there's an acceleration at play. In that supposed acceleration, there is no displacement of gas and liquid. It's you that's special.
Okay, Del. Again, you straw manning what relative density says, okay? I'm telling you straight. We can all observe the bottle is accelerating to the ground.
No,
we observe the water inside the bottle is accelerating towards the ground. The air inside the bottle is accelerating towards the ground, and the object.
That was nice, that, wasn't
it? You like that one?
You got to stop before we have to take sides with Flatzoid. This is ridiculous, and I can't do that. I cannot be caught under any circumstance ever agreeing with Flatzoid. So stop now.
Stop putting it.
That was nice, that, wasn't it?
This is the big thing. I could put Flatzoid on.
This is the danger of listening to Flurp's argument. You just kind of you start sort of swaying one way or the other, and you think, "Oh, what am I doing? They're both wrong. What are you talking about?"
It would be great if they were both wrong. In this particular case, unfortunately, Flatzoid
is right.
had to figure it out.
He's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Except that he says it's because of relative density, not objective.
Well,
He's still wrong.
So eventually, he gets kicked off. Flatzoid, that is. He tries to get back on. This is from Flatzoid's channel.
and then we know.
If you realize, guys, he only lets people talk that, as you can say, stroke his cat for him. So he doesn't like criticism. He doesn't like to hear things that show.
Stroke his cat, apparently.
Did I just hear Merle's voice?
Yeah, that's what I was playing this. So these are the people that are talking to Del. So
him to be wrong.
Yeah, okay.
And
Merle's a big fanboy of Del.
Oh yeah.
A grown ass crybaby.
I thought you might like
there
to hear some of
this. So Del doesn't like criticism. Got it. A grown ass crybaby. Hey, Slip Radar, good to see you, mate.
We're not confused or wondering.
He does play it.
Is not founded upon something objective and demonstrable.
Really?
They're presupposing a bias, which is their model, stationary or globe Earth. Then they're witnessing phenomena. They're interpreting that phenomena and trying to.
Sorry, guys. Who said there's a bias? Just like he strawmans us with saying RDD says it should displace while accelerating. Correct? No one ever said that. That is his argument, which is actually strawman that came from the Globers, guys. Really weird. So, yeah, look, you can see in my meat, I'm still waiting for him to accept me. If he's going to.
I don't like it up.
Don't like it up.
I'm going to say, Del, give me one more chance to speak, please.
No.
Then I will leave your sorry existence alone.
Yeah, that's how you ask.
This is actually funny.
Oh, there goes another argument.
All I'm doing now is showing what a coward, idiotic, shill of a man Del is.
Yeah, I mean, I just want you to know.
No, Del's not a Christian, Slip. That's why he wants it to accelerate. Because the Bible says it's stationary. The sad thing is you get people like this Execrate 200, which is a really bad name to begin with, is supposed to be a Christian. and he says the Bible doesn't say stationary, no matter what scriptures you bring up, which is really sad, actually. Dallas created a cult. It's very bad.
There's been a couple of times, like dog pile situation, and people telling me I'm wrong too, right? But
yeah, he's chatting to someone that lets him hear what he wants to hear. He doesn't want to hear someone that actually goes against what he talks about, doesn't criticize. He doesn't like being wrong. The problem is he's always wrong. It's sad.
The thing that's really got my attention is the buoyancy disappearing in freefall.
Yes, that's right.
And density.
Density's always there.
And that to me...
You see, this is how dumb these people are. Buoyancy and density doesn't stop when the bottle's accelerating down. It's the forces attributed that stop them going down. They're going at the same rate. This is how idiotic these people are. They don't understand this.
Like, it's all you, mate, but that, to me, that's a historical moment in this, because I finally feel like now I have an orientation.
Yep.
Do you? Do you have an orientation?
It makes sense now because it's simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get the gist. So yes, Merle's a massive fanboy.
He is.
He is, yes. Yes, so I could play that, but you get the gist that, let's just say, there's a bit of debate in the flat Earth world at the moment. So
good.
You got the ones on the Dell side and ones on the not Dell side. So I think Red.
Long may it continue, please.
Yep. That's I got to admit, it's the most interesting that's happened for a little while.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do something else.
Yeah, outside. Never mind.
Yeah.
I got some CC. We can do that one later. What was this fun? Oh yeah, that's easy. That's easy. About to sneeze, but it won't come, of course. Okay, let's put on something. I'll have an in-between quiz.
Don't forget, I've got the hard maths quiz yet.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm trying to fit them all in. You see, I just sort of sneak it in, and then we'd have. So I'm just loading this one up. Give me a sec. I thought I'd do something a little bit more fun, and these are sort of jokey puzzles. I just got to find my appropriate presentation. Where are you? I had it loaded up and it's gone. Always the way. Always the way. You think you're ready, and then you're not. Luckily, I'll find it in there. Quiz. Okay, it's pushed to play. Hopefully this works okay. 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 Matt, you'll like some of these, I think, Matt.
Oh, will I?
I hope so. That's the plan. There's PowerPoint gone. PowerPoint. There it is. There we go. You can see that? Okay.
Yep. Yes.
Okay. There you go. What occurs once in a minute, twice in a moment, and never in 1,000 years?
M.
Fleetwood Mac. Yes, that is correct. M.
Yes, it's M.
M. The letter M.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Throw away the outside and cook the inside, then eat the outside and throw away the inside. What is it? Just giving the peanuts a bit of a chance. Yeah, Clive, see if you can get that one. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. No ideas? Corn on the cob.
Yeah, oh, God, disgusting.
A turtle. No,
Don't
Dora,
touch that
not
stuff.
a turtle. You don't throw away the inside once you cook the
Crunchy
outside.
on the outside, soft on the inside.
Yeah. Okay, what 5-letter word typed in capital letters can be read the same upside down? Any ideas? 4, 3, 2.
Nothing springs to mind.
1. It is swims. There you
go. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you kill? Here's an easy one. How do you spell cow in 13 letters?
Gary, why bother?
I don't know if that's 13 letters,
but
it would work.
13 letters, but it's close enough.
Mother-in-law.
Oh, I don't know if that's 13 letters either.
No.
COW.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. What word is pronounced the same if you take away 4 of its 5 letters?
Oh, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Q.
Q. Correct. Yeah. Noon.
Doesn't really need all those other letters, does it? You've just got to write Q and everybody knows exactly what it is.
Clive got that one right too. Noon also works, except that you spell it with 2 letters, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I got something. Yeah, I'll throw it later. What can fill a room but takes up no space?
Silence.
Air.
Light.
Light. Yeah.
Light. Vacuum can do the same thing. So what is so fragile that saying it breaks it? Say that again, farmers.
Silence.
Yeah. What 5-letter word has 1 left and 2 letters are removed? What 5-letter word has 1 left when 2 letters are removed? There's probably actually a few. Stone.
Yeah, I was trying to think of which word had which
word.
Phone.
Yeah. Stone.
1 is left, so it's going to be 1 with 2 more letters on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What has branches but no fruit, trunk, or leaves?
Special branch.
Special branch. Close.
Bank.
Bank. Yes, a bank.
Bank. Yeah. Mm.
What word contains 26 letters but has only 3 syllables?
Alphabet.
Alphabet.
Yeah. That's an easy one. Okay. What do you bury when it's alive and dig it up when it's dead?
Potatoes.
Look, the police never press charges, all right.
A plant. Yeah.
Yes. What can't talk but when replies when spoken to?
Pete Shea.
No.
Your reflection.
An echo. Yes, Paul's correct. It's an echo.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is taken before you can get it?
The piss.
Probably. Yes, I can see that. You're big.
Am I wrong?
Well, I think that works. That's good. Yeah, picture was that's right.
Which barber do you go to?
They walk into the mat and see Matt straight away and start taking it straight away before he can even make it to the bar. What do you throw out, or is that when you ask your missus for a beer and she takes a piece first?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What do you
It's
throw?
got too much head on it. Oh.
Hang on, don't go any further than that.
What do you throw out when you don't want to use it, but take it when you don't? What do you throw out when you want to use it, but take it when you don't want to use it?
A fishing line.
An anchor. But that's
An
fishing
anchor,
lines.
yeah.
Fishing
Well,
line is
fishing line would work. Yeah.
Fishing line's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not the same thing as an anchor. Well, it means the same thing, but yeah.
No, it is the same thing. You're fishing. You just don't ever catch anything with an anchor. What thrives when you feed but dies when you water it?
Thirst.
A fire.
Mm-hmm.
A fire. A net. A net would work too, Clive. Yes. Okay. Oh, gave it all away.
Quick. Go. You're going the wrong way.
Oh, there. I mucked them up.
There's all the answers.
Yeah. I thought I'd checked all those, but yeah.
There you go.
Let's do something weird. There you go. I'll just show them to you quickly because I was trying to get through them fairly quickly anyway. Switch back to there. Okay, so I'll read it. Oh, there we go. What belongs to you, but everyone you meet, your name, what you buy and eat, but never consume, cutlery. What's lighter than a feather? Impossible than a minute, your breath. What makes you more than take footsteps? No walk a river. Okay. There we go. Anyone who's interested. But now, I found this. There for a sec. I thought with my people ever wonder why I have trouble with spelling and etc.
B-O-M.
Hang on. I guess so you can see that. It might be more interesting. Pushing the wrong buttons here. That one. There we go. You ready? You ever wonder why I couldn't spell?
Oh yes, I've seen this. Yeah.
B-bomb. T-O-M-B. Tom, no, tomb. If T-O-M-B is tomb, that's boom, the bomb's over. But no, that's bomb, that's tomb. Get ready. Is this calm or coom? No, that's comb. C-O-M-B, comb. P-O-M-B, poem. No, poem is P-O with an E with an M. Now, P-O-E-M, poem. H-O-E-M, home. No, home is H-O with an M with an E. H-O-M-E, home. S-O-M-E, some. No, that's some. S-O-M-E, some. N-O-M-E, numb. No, that's N-U-M-B. The whole doggone thing is dumb. B.
There you
go.
Can understand why the English language is confusing.
With the English language is its roots come from many other languages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think isn't there a saying that the English language is the easiest to learn but the hardest to master? And I think it's true.
Yeah, it's
so
the
many
easiest
different
to
rules.
pick up the basics apparently, but then when you go into it in any depth, then all of a sudden it doesn't make any sense, and that's quite a good highlight of it.
I mean, I've never met an Englishman, including royalty, that can actually have perfect English, can be 100% grammatically correct at all times. It's just impossible, I think.
But I think it's also easy to pick up the basics because the French have masculine and feminine words and stuff like that, and we just don't bother.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've never bothered with any of that old nonsense.
Yeah, with things like German, it's to get the initial rules initially, to get the basics is hard. But once you get it, the rest just falls into place really easily.
Apparently so.
But the English language is the opposite way around.
Yeah.
Well, I got one more piece of flirdom before we have Paul's.
Hold on a minute. I can see Alan's lips moving. Are you talking, Alan? But
sorry,
we can't
I
hear
haven't
you.
realised I was. I'm not muted now, am I?
No.
That's like English also has words that are grammatically correct in a sentence, but you wouldn't use that particular word because it's not necessarily always used in exactly the same way. Like a Portuguese friend I had, she once said, "You're really big," meaning that I was tall. Whereas
you took it as something else.
Yeah, generally.
What can be?
Fat bastard. which isn't actually untrue. But you know,
well, I mean that's because there's so many.
She
There's
didn't
so many. Yeah,
she didn't understand why I fell around laughing so hard.
that's because that's because in the English language, there's so many different rules depending on the context of what you're referring to, and not everybody gets the context correct, including English people. They don't always get it right.
Oh God, yeah.
Too many rules, way too many rules.
Yes. Well, I got one bit more up left, and before we might have Paul's hand quiz. So, this guy on. Where's the right button? The one. Here you go.
DC.
Oh dear.
Westchester County.
35 minutes. Let's see what it's got to say. We might speed him up even. Whoa.
You see here, Chris from New York, Westchester County. It's
He's got his air conditioning on.
the all important time and date, because you know
he's not in his car.
No, he's not in his car.
I know. I've never seen him in the office.
Oh, the short bus.
Yeah. I have seen him here, but
he has done it in the office.
Doesn't even come in anyway. August 16th, 2024.
It's a bit soft today.
Summer's almost over, guys. You basically have 8 weeks of summer.
Did he just give the date as 2024?
Which it's right around the corner. Remember, keep your mouth shut.
I think he did.
I don't think so. Doesn't matter, does it?
No.
Station doesn't even come in anyway. August 16th, 2024.
Yes, he did.
He did. Yeah.
Summer's almost over, guys. You basically have 8 weeks of summer. You know, it's funny though, because like when Thanksgiving comes, which it's right around the corner. Remember, keep your mouth shut. The next thing you know, it's Christmas. You got November, December, you know, and then all of a sudden January comes along. That 3-month stretch is basically the amount of time you have for summer. It sucks. And then you have another 3 months of miserable winter here in New York, where it's shitty outside, cold. Well, if you've ever come to New York, you know what I'm talking about. But it's so short. You know what I'm saying? But people work Monday through Friday, so they have 2 days on the weekends to do something. And if you have a family, as I do, you have time for nothing. Nothing at all. Not even a simple phone call sometimes.
Except Saturday videos.
See how busy they've kept us?
Yeah, got time for that.
We all are flat earthers right now. And we even found the time for that. I was thinking back at the beginning, you know, when I first got into this years ago, you know, how things were different. A lot different. Less distractions, more time, and easy to find shit on YouTube. Now, you're not going to find a thing. And you might get lucky. You might pick up a video from somebody, from one of us flat earthers, but
that's horseshit, and I can prove why in a minute.
Ridicule us.
Yeah.
Because they have nothing to do. They've got nothing to hold on to anymore. We've already proven it to them. They don't have any proof of curvature. In fact, one of their top scientists, their guy, even says there's no way you can even see curvature until you're out in space. But yet we'll get pictures of nonsense of people in planes claiming they see the curvature, and people taking pictures of the ocean or bridges and all this other nonsense, which has been fucked with these pictures to make it look like there's a curvature when there really isn't. There's nothing. Nothing. They have nothing. They don't even have a picture of what they think they live on.
Yeah,
this
we do.
spinning white ball. They don't even have a real picture of it.
We get one every 10 minutes.
They can't even prove that the sun is reflecting off of the moon. We've already proven that the sun and the moon have absolutely no relationship with each other. The moon has its own light source. It's reflecting cold. That's a simple experiment anybody can do. Explain that.
Doesn't work
They
there.
can't. No. They can't. They can't explain why planes don't dip while they're traveling around the spinning wet ball.
Yes, they can. Just don't ignore it.
Our long distance photography now is up to 714 miles of no curvature. They have nothing. Nothing at all. Except an amazing Walt Disney World. They can't even prove space. They can't even prove stars. They can't even prove that that star is trillions of miles away and how it could be emitting light and that our eyes can see that light. They can't even prove that. They have nothing. They can't prove gravity except by throwing a mic on the floor and watching it drop. That's their proof for gravity. It's really bad, guys. And these are the people that are fighting us. These are the people that supposedly know it all. Have all
No, we're
the
not fighting
equations
you,
and
we're
all the
laughing
answers
at you
when they
because
haven't
you're an idiot.
proven anything. Except the stupidity of the belief of living on a spinning wet ball and how indoctrinated they are and how powerful it is. That once as a child, you were taught that you live on this and they can't let it go. That's indoctrination. That's a religion. And it's sad.
So religion is sad now. Okay.
Because we have. It's long gone. Bye-bye, spinning wet ball. We know what we live on. We know there's a God that created everything for us here.
Met him, have you?
Thank you for subbing. I think review of my videos. Let me be a part of your life.
Spoken to him, or is he just some guy in the book?
Don't know. Anyway.
Can I share my screen for a second?
You can share it for. Let me just. You can share it as long no one can see it, but you can share it as long as you want.
No, I mean what? Nobody can see it.
No, they can.
We'll make it so that people see it. There, okay.
Yeah, no,
okay,
now they
right.
can see it. Sorry.
I mean, you know all this bullshit about you can't see flat Earth videos. It's all been
Yeah, no, that's why I don't have any flat Earth videos every week.
Yeah, so they don't promote and you can't find flat Earth videos, right? Okay, I've typed in the top here. You can probably see the flat Earth is flat. Okay, so when you search, fair enough, yeah, it gives you ones that got 1.1 million views there, 12 million views there, blah blah, and all the rest of it. Okay, that's fine. But actually, not many people know about it, and it's quite simple. You've got a filter.
Mm-hmm.
Go to something like upload date. Oh look, bloody hundreds of them, and they're saying, "Oh, they're not there. You know, they've been sanctioned, blah 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 blah, and all the rest of it. It's there. There it is. Filter. There's hundreds of them.
They're just not being promoted.
So easy to find.
They're not getting enough views. That's why.
Yeah, that's all it boils down. It's so simple. It's just I keep having the same argument. It's based on views. The more subscribers you get, the more views you're going to get. It's as simple as that, and that's the reason why YouTube is going to put the ones that got the most views at the top. Of course, they will. Yeah. So it's up to you to try and promote your channel. Yeah, but I know he does it on purpose. You know, we're being censored. Bollocks.
Yeah, like Lindsay. You know.
Yeah. Like Lindsay, yeah,
like Lindsay.
Oh, but Pete Shea keeps saying it, and I've discussed this with him on numerous times over the years, but he just goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
There's no censorship going on at all, none whatsoever. They're there. You just got to look for them, know what you're looking for.
Yeah, no, they definitely appear. That's not how I find them, but you know, they're definitely there.
Yeah, simple.
Talking about sharing, Paul. Hey, Clive, are you awake? Yep. Okay.
Alrighty.
Can you beat Clive to the answer? No, I'm not even going to try.
You will get the answer by the last clue. I mean, everyone would get the answer by the last clue. The trick is to try and get it before the last clue.
Yeah.
Or before Clive.
And remember, we're going to get about 30 seconds on Clive in here.
Yeah. You are.
We are, yeah. It's about 10, 20 seconds. I think.
All right. Shall we proceed?
Go.
Okay. Here comes the first question. Caspar Goffman's 1969 article referencing this quantity in its title is believed to be the first printed mention of this quantity. What quantity? Give you about 10 seconds between clues. All right. Just to let the peanuts catch up a little bit. Okay, next clue. Tompa proposed a directed graph version of this quantity, and Michael Barr suggested a rational version. Of what quantity? Not Fleetwood Mac. Okay. Oakland University maintains a comprehensive online database dedicated to this quantity, including a list of people who possess low values of it. There you go. We have a winner out in the peanuts. You beat Clive. Turing test 2, well done. The Erdős number.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, do you know what the Erdős number is?
No.
The earliest known person to have a finite value of this quantity is Pierre-Simon Laplace, for whom it is 14. Notably, all Fields medalists have a finite value of this quantity that is less than or equal to 6. Identify this quantity representing one's collaboration distance to a certain Hungarian mathematician. It's how close you are to collaborating with Paul Erdős on a paper.
There you go.
So if you actually collaborate with him on a paper, you have an Erdős number of 1. All right. So
okay.
Depends on how like if you collaborate with someone else who's collaborated with someone else who's collaborated with Paul Erdős, then you have a Erdős number of 3. So the idea is you have to try and get a low value of this number.
Yeah.
There you go.
Turing test beat Clive. Nice.
Yeah, nice. Well done. Okay. All right. Question 2. Barben's constant and Murata's constant are defined as products over these numbers. Pepin's theorem gives conditions for Fermat numbers to hold this property.
Prime numbers? Just guessing.
If the radix of a numeral system has this property, then there are an infinite number of integers with this property, ending with each non-zero digit.
I'm sticking with my
answer. Wells.
You're sticking with that?
Yeah.
Well, you're right. It is the prime numbers.
Primes. Yeah, Clive Wells just said primes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I didn't want to say straight away because
No,
I want to
no.
give the peanuts a chance, Timbo. All right?
That's all right. Yeah.
You are correct. Right. Bertrand's postulate, which was proved by Chebyshev and later by Erdős, states that for any integer n, there is always at least one number with this property between n and 2n. Yay. These numbers are all congruent to 1 or 5 mod 6. Identify these numbers which have 2 distinct positive divisors. They are the prime numbers. Well done.
I guess.
All right.
Okay.
Pencil and paper ready.
going by the chat and when it has as it appeared, there's obviously a delay. I think Clive got it after the first clue. I think.
Okay. All right. This number times pi is the volume of a solid formed by rotating the area between the curve y equals 1 on x, the y-axis, and the lines y equal 1 and y equal 2 about the y-axis.
Okay. I'll take your word for that.
I thought I'd do a hard clue first.
Yeah, go on. I have some guesses, but I'm not going with them just yet.
Okay. This number is equal to the integral from 1 to infinity of 1 on x cubed dx. Not 4/3. No. This number times 5 is equal to the derivative at x equals 1 of x squared plus root x.
Don't think it was where I was going.
We have an answer from Clive of a half.
Of a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
This number is equal to the determinant of the inverse matrix of 4 minus 1 minus 2, 1. I'll give you all the clues now because Clive is in fact correct. The inverse hyperbolic cosine of twice this number is 0 and sine of pi on 6 is equal to this number. Identify this number equal to the probability of rolling an odd number on a single regular die. It is a half. Yeah, well done. Clive gets that one.
Why does straw only go halfway down the glass? Anyway, sorry, move
on. All right. So the integral from 0 to this number of x to the power of 5 plus 5 equals 200 on 3. What is this number? The product of those two vectors, 1, 4, 3, 0 and 1, 2, 3, 0, minus the identity matrix, has this number in the lower right cell. The derivative of x cubed plus x squared at this number is equal to 85.
Get 5. It can't be 5. That's what I said.
This number is the side length of a regular hexagon with area 75 root 3 on 2.
I said 5 first, Clive. So.
Did you, Timbo?
Yeah.
This number is equal to the integral from -1 to 3 of mod x.
I was only partially guessing there. So.
Yeah. Clive and Nerd Alert are correct. The answer is, in fact, 5. It's the length of the semi-major axis of an ellipse with focus at 0,3 and a vertex at 4,0. Identify this number, the middle value of the only prime triplet. It is indeed 5. Well done, Clive and Nerd Alert. All right, next one. Smolochovsky's names an example of the stochastic type of these, another example of which are named for Langevin.
Okay.
Card and Lindelof name a theorem giving conditions under which these things are solvable. The shallow water and diffusion ones are examples of these, and in physics, and these things are called homogeneous if any linear combination of some of their solution is another solution.
Stochastic process. Okay, I don't know what that is.
No. Not the answer I'm looking for. Maxwell names a set of these which feature prominently in electrodynamics. That should give it away. And we've got the correct answers coming out now.
Differential equations.
Clive just beating out Nerd Alert to differential equations. These entities come in ordinary, linear, and partial types, among others. Identify this kind of equation which relates a function to one or more of its derivatives. They are indeed differential equations. All right, question 6. This mathematical construct is featured in a 2005 Foxtrot comic, which also features the Perrin sequence.
Taking your word.
Okay. The nth number of this sequence is squareful if, but not only if, n is divisible by 6 or 25.
I don't know what that sequence is.
This entity is periodic modulo NEM, and those periods are known as Pisano periods.
Fibonacci numbers? Turing test come up with?
Turing test is correct. Well done, Turing test. The shallow diagonals of Pascal's triangle sum to members of this sequence, and the sequence generating function is x over 1 minus x squared. Yep. The man who names this sequence used it to describe the solution to a problem about breeding rabbits. And Binet's formula is a closed form expression for the nth element of this sequence. Identify the sequence beginning 1, 1, 2, 3. It is indeed, as Turing test said, the Fibonacci sequence or Fibonacci numbers. Yeah.
I know some cooks that can resolve that breeding rabbits problem.
Yeah. All right, question 7. This man's work in mathematical biology included his paper, The Chemical Basis of Morphogenesis. Who was that?
Mathematical biology.
Oh,
Turing,
my goodness.
So Turing test has got it already.
Turing test 2 has it with Alan Turing.
Would that have something to do
well
with the fact
done.
that Turing
Yeah.
test is Turing test?
Yeah, exactly. Would have expected him to get that.
Yeah.
This man introduced the method of LU decomposition to solve matrix equations and also developed a system for the encryption of voice-based communications. Yeah. His PhD dissertation, Systems of Logic Based on Ordinals, introduced the concept of an oracle machine. Yeah. He was officially pardoned by Queen Elizabeth in 2014, and he developed the Ban-Burismus procedure to aid his work in cryptoanalysis. His paper, Computing Machinery and Intelligence, introduced his namesake test. Yeah. Identify this English mathematician who led the effort to break the German Enigma code. It was indeed Alan Turing. Yeah. All right. Question 8. Marden's theorem says that the foci of the Steiner inner ellipse can be found by solving an equation over this set. Functions from this set to itself can be holomorphic if they fulfill certain conditions. On this set, any infinitely differentiable function is analytic.
Don't know.
The elements of this algebraically closed set can be expressed in phasor form.
Complex numbers.
That phases the stun.
And we have to give it to Turing test again.
He's
got the correct answer with complex numbers. Well done. This set is not an ordered field because it fails to satisfy the requirement that every element square be positive. Yeah. Argon diagrams are used to visually represent elements of this set. Identify this set of numbers of the form a plus bi, where I equals the square root of -1. It is the complex numbers. Well done, Turing test 2. Question 9. One approximate method for doing this is found in the Sulba Sutras.
I was going to say, you sounded very close to some other thing that has got nothing to do with mathematics.
Yeah.
Kama Sutras.
Not the Kama Sutras, the Sulba Sutras, yeah. This action was mentioned in The Birds by Aristophanes, and Hippocrates attempted to find a way to do this by using loons.
Approximate method doing
Not factorization, no. The philosopher Thomas Hobbes believed himself to be capable of doing this, leading to a lengthy debate with John Wallis. The Indiana Pie Bill notably contained a proposed method of doing this. And we have Nerd Alert with the correct answer out there this time. Well done, Nerd Alert. Squaring the circle, yes. This action's impossibility was a corollary of the Lindemann-Weierstrass theorem. Identify this ancient problem involving the construction of a certain shape with area pi. It is squaring the circle. Well done, Nerd Alert. And your last question, or actually second last question. Pencil and paper ready. This number times pi is equal to the area contained by the curve with equation 9x squared plus 16y squared equals 144.
No, that doesn't sound right.
A hexagon with this area would have side length 2 root 2 on the 4th root of 3. the fourth root of 3, yeah. It's the area of a cone with radius 2, root 2 on pi, and a height of 9 on 2. This is the area of a triangle with vertices at the origin, the point 66 and the point 26. No, not 36 on 144 either.
No.
This is equal to the derivative of x squared plus 4x at x equals 4, and it's 1/10 of 5 factorial.
Four. Yeah, I said 18. I said 18. It wasn't right. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Clive said 4.
Identify this number equal to the perimeter of a square with area 9. We finally have it right.
12, yeah.
Dora coming in with the first correct answer this time of 12. Followed closely by Turing Test and Nerd Alert and Clive. The answer is indeed 1 dozen or 12. And then we've got the question that I put out as a teaser, Timbo.
Yeah.
I thought I had to have 10 other questions because I think a few people already know the answer to this one. This shape's evolute is referred to as the semi-cubical version of it, and I'm sure that we're going to get a few people put the answer straight out there because they already know.
Clive, you already know the answer. Go.
Nerd Alert probably has seen this one already.
Yeah.
A section of this shape is a Lissajous curve with omega equal 2 and delta equal pi on 2. Yeah, Clive Wells has got it right.
Parabola.
It's a parabola. Yeah. The equation p squared equals ar represents this shape in pedal coordinates. Yeah. When this shape is inverted with the inversion center of its vertex, the result is a cissoid of Diocles. Menaechmus successfully duplicated the cube using 2 of these shapes. An equation for this curve in polar coordinates is r equals minus 2a all over 1 plus cos theta. A mirror with this shape focuses parallel rays of light to one point. That would have given it away, right?
Yep.
I identified this shape defined as the set of all points equidistant from the focus and the directrix, one of which is described by the graph of the equation y equals x squared. That should have definitely given it away.
Should have, yes.
Indeed, it was a parabola. So there you go. We did eventually have people get all of the answers, so it wasn't that hard, right?
No. I think everything's got an answer.
There you go.
Well done. Thanks for that, Paul.
Peanuts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, well, I put a bit of Everett on. Well, how long does this go for? Because I've got to nick off for a couple of seconds.
Is that a 2000 AD you're reading there?
I've been reading it since Prague about 280. It's now up to.
You need to put it back up again. I couldn't see it.
2,346. I've been reading this for over 40 years. Home of Judge Dredd, amongst many other things.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I did buy the first copy, first couple of episodes, first few of them when it very first started.
Yeah, I started reading it around about sort of 280-ish, which would have been 1980, 81, 82, something like that, I think.
Yeah. I would
Been reading
have
ever
bought. I also did read edition 1 of Viz.
Clive wants a second
I used to buy Viz many years ago.
No, you're not getting that. You can have an Everett. There you go. I should be back in time by the time this one ends.
Ah, yes.
If I am not awoke, you are having a night terror because what the fuck?
You'll toss me in the loony bin.
Bart, these days there are no more loony bins. All those people are on the streets.
And the earth is flat.
Yeah.
I love the act. It's amusing, to say the least.
Funny. I kind of thought you guys were avoiding me.
Actually, I was trying to avoid you.
Do I know you?
No, that's how great it's been working.
And as for the earth is flat, I don't see where the joke is in that. Even the Book of God says it's flat.
No. Yeah, I know. We're all disappointed.
With a dome surrounding the whole environment.
Uh-oh.
But if that's not convincing enough for you, how about a compass? If you're intelligent enough to understand how that functions.
Moving on.
It's how the ancients navigated in the past to get to and from.
So, Jim, you coming along?
Well, a little confused about something. Am I coming or going?
And I suggest you look into that compass theory, because everybody uses a compass, but, the magnetic field pulls it to the north.
Put enough monkeys in a room with a typewriter, they'll produce Shakespeare.
Let's see, a something by any other name.
And the compass only navigates front, backwards, left, right.
Oh, east? I thought you said west.
West? What kind of compass are you reading, lad?
This one, sir.
That's west, Patrick.
And it also represents, in and of itself, the flat earth. Look at the shape of it. And if that's not good enough for you, how about the North Star that all peoples can see from every culture across the entire world?
We're gonna pull the plug.
No.
What do you mean pull the plug on my film? Pull the plug. You can't pull the plug on this. It's bigger than the both of us. Look, Gumby, it stinks.
How can one see the North Star from the bottom of the earth?
Get him.
What bottom?
They
can't.
I know, but I'm the crazy one that doesn't know what I'm talking about.
Why did you throw him out into the street, Daddy?
That's right, you
I did
don't.
not throw him into the street. Quite right, sir. You threw him on the lawn. He rolled into the street.
Now have a grand day and pick up more books, because you clearly ain't never astral project.
Well, that is... Wow. I did not see that coming.
Nonetheless, the signs are everywhere. They have been all our lives.
And Alliance, what the hell's he talking about?
I have absolutely no idea.
And don't get me started with the whole Baphomet signals.
Mr. Winslow, does your safari guide need medication?
The what?
Ignore him. Too many trips into the interior.
It's called dark magic, which is how the world got dark technology to begin with.
That's it!
Okay. I don't know what his
level
symbols were.
is horizontal.
Yeah. Sorry, I meant to hit that key.
That was nice, that wasn't it?
Yeah,
That makes no sense.
See, you obviously can see the North Star from Australia. Obviously, what's wrong with you?
No.
Yeah.
Cinema love.
Yeah, from all parts of the globe. Obviously, you can.
But we
So
can't
I
see
don't
the
know why you
Southern
might.
Cross.
No, well, stop pretending. Stop making sense. All right, just stop it.
Oh, sorry. Stop making it. Weren't that a Talking Heads album?
Something like that. Yeah.
What? Stop making sense.
Making sense.
Yeah.
Not making sense. Yeah.
Dear. Well, we're coming to the end. I got a few. I got to get a little bit of choice in here. We could watch Bob. I got Bob the Science Guy. I've got two. No, we can't watch Toon. It's too long. We've got Toon doing his comments.
He doesn't do it as good as Conspiracy Cats did.
No, I don't think so.
I have to say, it's not. It doesn't quite work.
I'll have a look myself then.
No, I'll play a little bit.
You asked for it. I deliver one full episode of nothing but Chatbox Travels. I hope you enjoy it. Be on the lookout. There's one that's really disgusting, very disturbing. But the rest are pretty funny. I hope you enjoy it. And so we'll start off with Robin Minge.
Hello, my name's Robin Minge, 1936. Debate Eric Doobie or delete your YouTube channel. Simple.
Eric Doobie.
Strawman. Chocolate ice cream emoji.
You know, I get a lot of people that demand that I debate Eric Dubay. I will gladly debate Eric Dubay, but Eric Dubay is scared to debate me. Why is that? Well, Robin Minge, you take this news back to Eric.
Anybody.
I accept. And if he doesn't, then make sure you tell Eric that he needs to delete his channel.
Hello, it's me again, Robin Minge. The star above us never changed from thousands of years if we live in a spinning ball floating around the space. How did the ancient culture record / maped it space, and we still use the same techniques? Polaris star emoji never moves.
Well, Robin, I see you are a very good parrot of Eric Dubay. Unfortunately, Eric is wrong, and so are you. Tycho Brahe measured the location of Polaris just 500 years ago, and it was 3 degrees from the center of rotation. Today, it's about half a degree from the center of rotation. So there you go. Thousands of years, no. Only 500 years, and it's moved 2.5 degrees.
Gildas Kemps. He is living in Bangkok, space, and we meet often, space, Jeep, your BS for yourself. Toot toot.
Joel is talking about Eric Dubay living in Bangkok, and apparently Joel and Eric hang out often. And then they go jeeping people's BS.
Camera tricks. 4 full stops. Mark is not going back to the center line. Full stop, full stop.
Flat Squatch is talking about Mark Sargent. He's one of Mark Sargent's cult members. Anyway, Flat Squatch says that the high altitude balloon and airplane photographs of the curving horizon are just camera tricks. Of course, those were controlled for and covered in the video that I did. So it's just a lie on Flat Squatch's part. But Mark is not going back to the Santa lie. Okay, I don't care about Santa.
You are a tool and fool, and no one believes a forking word you say. Equal your own. Neil deGrasse says you cannot see the curvature from the Red Bull jump. 2 full stops. Yeah, keep on lying to the rest of your booster shot fools. Space exclamation point.
Here we have another member of the Mark Sargent cult who is quoting Neil deGrasse Tyson. Of course, Neil deGrasse Tyson presented no analysis. So it's just an appeal to authority. But Neil deGrasse Tyson also says that the Earth is a globe. So are you going to stick with that one, or are you just going to cherry pick Neil? And then standard for people with no evidence. They just cannot stay on topic.
Matt, come on. You are grasping, you are hoping, you are wishing that what you say is true. Lots of full stops. Wishful thinking, fantasies, the need to be right even when you're wrong.
Oh, Semper Fidelis 2970. I just have one question for you. Who the hell is Matt?
You're full of it.
So, you think he's not as good as
No, because I don't think anybody could do it as good as Conspiracy Cats. I don't think.
I'll have to go back.
Best comma.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't listen to Conspiracy Cats, so I'll have to go back and listen to some of his stuff.
Good attempt on his first attempt, though. I think. Give him a due. Good attempt.
Yeah. Well, that leaves. We can finish off with Dan or Bob.
What about Dan? I like a bit of Dan.
I
haven't seen Dan's today. Flat Earth Friday, I'm assuming.
If there is one thing that the Flat Earth community loves...
Yep.
No.
Flat Earth Friday.
Yeah, Flat Earth Fridays.
Yeah.
Or International Space Station. Okay.
to do, it's have a pop at the International Space Station. I've lost count of the number of times I've seen flat earthers and space deniers try to refute it. And Jake the a-hole is no different. And today he's going to claim that even though a flat earther has taken a photo of it, the ISS doesn't exist at all. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan. No. Thank you very much for joining me. Before we begin today, a huge thank you to the sponsors of today's video, Surfshark VPN. Now Surfshark is a VPN service that makes online privacy protection easy. Right, back to today's video, where if you remember, Jake the a-hole is claiming that the International Space Station does not exist. Let's look at his evidence, shall we, and see if it cuts the mustard.
Houston, this is Station. We are ready for the event.
JSC PAO, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Dan Hewitt with JSC PAO. How do you hear me?
Dan, this is Station. We have you loud and clear.
All right. Thank you so much, Nicole, Josh, Koichi, Anna, for taking a couple of minutes to talk to everybody. Got a lot of folks down on the ground ready to ask questions, so we're going to jump right in.
Yeah, I've got a question. How in the hell does anyone think that this is real?
Perhaps you'd like to tell us why it isn't real. I mean, it certainly looks real to me and to many others. This will be good.
So the first thing everyone is going to notice is this lady's hair.
Yes, the effects of microgravity. Her hair is consistent with what we would expect to see in that environment. But please, Jake, go on.
But we're not going to focus on her hair right now. We're instead going to focus on her hands.
Right, so we're not going to focus on her hair. Okay then.
You see, these hands, they're doing some weird stuff. That's one heck of a glitch, and you don't see the rest of the body glitching or any of the area around it. It's just the hands.
Yeah, because the rest isn't moving, moron.
Just the things that move, the glitch? Yeah, I wonder what that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Look into video artifacts, yeah.
A compression artifact, is that your proof? As we have discussed on this channel before, compression artifacts occur because of lossy compression. When a video experiences information loss, usually down to file size. Now this is not evidence that the ISS doesn't exist.
What I notice about this crew is that they all have the exact same pasty white hands. Funny how all their hands are the exact same tone. It was a rough day for NASA's graphics department trying to make the hand movements look realistic in this video.
The body moves differently in space than it does here on Earth, and their hand skin tones are certainly not all the same. Or even watching the same video here, Jake.
However, one thing they did manage to do was fit the 666 hand sign in, not just once, but multiple times.
The what signals? I do not know what you are talking about.
Now, if you thought those glitching hands looked bad, wait until you see the glitching faces.
Yes, more compression artifacts. Again, doesn't mean that the ISS doesn't exist.
So this lady's face glitches, and it makes it appear that one of her teeth is missing. like she's giving a black tooth grin to the camera. Now, what are the odds that a totally random glitch can make a person appear that they're missing a tooth?
Oh, I don't know, Jake. You tell me what the odds are. You seem to be the expert here.
In my opinion, this doesn't happen by accident. This happens on purpose. They are purposely making funny faces at you.
Yes, because if you wanted to trick people, you definitely do that.
So the Japanese guy's face glitches, and when it does, it makes it appear that he's sticking his tongue out at the camera.
More compression artifacts again. Doesn't mean that the ISS doesn't exist.
And again, I think NASA is doing this on purpose, specifically to mock us.
I guarantee you that at some point, one of your live streams, Jake, has experienced compression artifacts. It would have glitched. Now, does that mean that you don't exist or the room that you are in doesn't exist? No, it doesn't.
All right, now we can move on to this lady's hair. And what's funny is they ask her how she cares for her hair while she's on the International Space Station. And just as they ask her the question, her hair glitches.
How was the experience of managing your hair? Thank you.
How I do with my hair, everybody's laughing constantly. How is that? Take it close to you, my head don't visible.
You see, as I said earlier, this is how I would expect hair to look in this environment. Now, are you claiming that the hair is CGI here, or are you going to use the old chestnut hairspray?
First, I watched them about 2.5 hours. Now I improved my skills, and it is already only 1 hour. And the most secret is to have 3 times of rinse after shampoo. It's the most secret.
All right, thank you, Anna.
That was so funny, Anna. You should be a stand-up comedian. Your jokes are hilarious.
Your sarcasm is not lost on me, Jake, but I feel like it's replacing something. Probably the understanding of this situation.
All right, let's get serious for a moment. Who in their right minds is going to let their long, flowing hair intertwine and intertangle with the wiring and instruments within the International Space Station?
Obviously her, Jake. She's doing it right in front of you.
I mean, look, it's like she's purposely trying to get all her hair all up in the instruments and get it all tangled and shit. Like, what are you doing? Are you an insane person? I mean, if this was for real, she would have a hair scrunchie on, right?
And most of the time you do see astronauts with longer hair tying it up. Now, it can be uncomfortable to have your hair tied up for extended periods. So who cares if she wants to let it down once in a while? / up.
She'd wear a hairnet or something. Like, who would do this? Now, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The wiring on the International Space Station just hanging and dangling everywhere, that's an absolute joke. That's how you know it's totally fake and that the space station isn't real.
It's
because
not the wiring
no electrician in their right...
Well, it's also how you access it. It makes it a bit easier.
Well, no, here's the thing, right? Hold on. It's not the wiring for the International Space Station. All that wiring you see, it's for all the laboratory stuff and all the experiments and all the rest of it that they're doing. People keep saying that it's all the electrical wiring for the entire space station. It's not.
No, but but it's still exposed so that you can get at it. That's what I'm getting.
Well, exactly, yeah, because it's moving all the time, because it's changing all the time, because they have to do different experiments at all different times. I can guarantee you, if you look at different shots of the space station over time, particularly in the laboratory modules, they'll change. You'll see changes because they're doing different things at different times. You know, this is what people just don't seem to get into their thick heads.
All the wires and instruments dangling and hanging about like that, especially when you're going to have astronauts floating in zero gravity back and forth with their feet possibly getting tangled in the wires and pulling wires out of the walls and stuff. Are you out of your mind?
Okay, so this one really does make me laugh. If NASA were trying to fake it, then why not just put up a load of panels without any wires? That would make more sense, wouldn't it? And I have addressed the wire thing before on this channel. Have a look at this. Yes, well, the wires are like that on the ISS because, and you won't like this one, conspiracy theorists, they just are. Now, it was intended that all those wires would be nice and neat behind panels. But over time, as more and more things were added to the space station, obviously more wires were added too. Astronauts don't have the time to organise all of that. And to be fair, if something breaks, having the wires out like that makes it a lot easier to fix.
But at any rate, I digress.
All right, Nicole, Josh, Koichi, Anna, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with us. Enjoyed that last week on station, and we can't wait to see you back here on Planet.
I like how Jake totally ignores the floating microphone here. Classic space denier tactic there. Well, there we go. Another dig at the ISS and another fail. How do you think Jake got on with that one? Let me know in the comments what you thought on his dissection of the International Space Station video there. But for now though, we are all done and dusted for another Tinfoil Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching today. It truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing to the channel. We're now so close to that 500,000. I think probably about 12,000 away now. We're going to get there pretty soon and we'll have a big party when we do. Just enough time to once again thank Surfshark for sponsoring today's video. Remember, if you want to take advantage of their offer, then click the link in the description or go to surfshark.deals/SimonDan and use my code SimonDan to get the 83% off and 3 months extra free. I've been SimonDan. Have yourselves a great week and I'll see you on Friday for part 3 of the Flat Earth documentary Level With Me Debunk. See you then.
Bye, Dan.
There you go.
Yep.
Yep. The end. Well,
it's Jake the arsehole got one of those voices that you just want to smash him in the face.
Yeah, there's a few
Was it just me?
with those sort of voices, I've got to admit.
I thought that was a prerequisite for being a flat earther.
No, I don't. I just feel sorry for most flat earthers, really. But he's just one of them that I just want to. I don't care what he looks like. I just want to smash his face in. Sorry,
I don't. It's conscious.
Like
It's conscious decision, after all. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not that I would smash anybody in the face, but you know, still feelings are there.
Still feelings like it. Well, coming to the end of the show. Time we wrap it up. So while I look for my ending button, there it is.
Wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up. Okay, thanks for coming. Thanks to all everyone out in Peanut Gallery there. We will probably, you'll see whether or not I have another one on Wednesday, but we'll definitely have one next Saturday. So I'll catch you guys then. You want to say goodnight, Peanuts?
Good night,
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, Peanut. See you later. Catch you next time.
Thank you, River.